So speaking of giveaway, actually, let's go ahead. Well, welcome everybody. We're the Bad Plans D&D crew. I'm Jay. I'm running the game master, dungeon master, whatever you prefer. This is episode 11 of The Long Death, our persistent, ongoing Dungeons & Dragons campaign, 5th edition. Thank you for being here. We are live every Wednesday night, 9 Central. If you ever miss an episode, you want to go back and watch another episode, you can always find us on YouTube. That is the best place to go watch stuff. Make sure you subscribe over there, as well as please consider following us here on Twitch as well if you're not already. Since we're just getting started, all the channels and stuff are brand new, so all those little things, those little follows, those likes on the video, stuff like that, actually really help us out a lot. So we really appreciate when you guys do that. So thank you very much. We have a sponsor tonight, Next Level Gaming. Vinadil, take it away.
Yeah, we're so excited about it. We just want to remind you guys of our friends over at Next Level Gaming, and really their D&D chapter. They have done some incredible work designing a supplement for all DMs to help as you travel through the world, to make those kind of long, arduous travels more exciting, and just to really add flavor. You know, if you have a DM that struggles, like we get it, you know, we love to support our DM, but sometimes they struggle, right? Coming up with creative things to do whenever you're traveling.
I was like, wait,
going through your mind. And so like a supplement like GRIO'S Guide to the Wildlands can really give them that little creative, that punch, you know. To
Can I kill him again?
I don't think he's coming back to life.
This is what you created, your own monster.
That's right, I'm dead. You can't do anything more to me. Yeah, no, well, maybe you can. But yeah, I mean, even for story arcs, for just adventure tables, for challenges, for creativity, or if you have a DM that loves to tell grand epic stories, this just gives them another little tool in their tool belt to really add some flavor to what's going on. And so we have one more week, guys. In 1 week, this thing goes live. So I would love for you guys, click on the link. Make sure you're following their Kickstarter. They're about to get to 500. I would love to see that thing get over 500. Yeah, dude, 500.
Can we hit 500
awesome.
tonight? We should
Let's
try that.
do it, right? We talked about it Saturday. If like 10 people tell 10 people tell 10 people, right? Like then that's
like a million people,
right? Yeah. It's at least. I mean, it's so the math really. I mean, we're not math people like
sure,
Jesse,
it sure is.
But it's a lot of math and it's a lot of people. So, but no, especially if you have any friends who love D&D, we'd encourage you guys to get that out and register for the giveaway, which Jay had mentioned before, because they are also. What they started was professional D&D games. So make sure you register for that giveaway for yourself. I know a lot of you guys who are watching don't actually play D&D, you're learning. And so it'd be great for you to jump in. But also if you have friends who would enjoy some tabletop experience, it's a great gift, giveaway, whatever. And so make sure you sign up and win, and we'll connect you. We'll talk more about that at the break. But thanks to Next Level Gaming.
Nicely done, sir. I like it. I think you got a future of this kind of thing.
That's right. It's radio advertising.
Hey.
So we just kicked off the giveaway in chat. As you can see, hit exclamation giveaway to enter, unless your name is Madman, in which case casually ignore.
Then you're not allowed.
Actually, I'm just kidding. It's probably been long enough. Where we can get it in there.
True. It's like,
I mean,
no.
if he wins again, he just should get it.
He's just done. Yeah. Just done forever.
Yeah, Madman's like, what? I win the first one and now I can't ever win again?
Okay. You guys ready to start? Anything else? Vinadil's gone black and white. I think that means we're ready. All right, Beetlebard. Very nice. Madman. There it is. We need more entries to this giveaway just to tilt it around. Saxon Witch just got here. Okay.
Saxon, enter the giveaway.
Yes, enter the giveaway, and I will happily recap last week's episode. That's my price. Let's see. Having resolved the conflict on the island of Alara's Rest, you spent one final night there before heading home. The storm giant Figpur was able to magically preserve Vinadil's body and told you he was happy to keep an eye on the island in your absence. He bid you visit him again in the future once he'd had time to rest and heal his mind. You spend a little time packing your things and saying your goodbyes. Then, with Cobb at the helm, you traveled to Northport and were able to load the ship with iron ore and some Dwarven Ale. And with the ship loaded and all aboard, you weighed anchor and made way for Portsmouth. With the giant's mind freed from the nightmares, the perpetual violent storm that surrounded the island had dispersed. As if in response to this, the sea itself was calm and just really nice, sailing all the way back. You had a swift tailwind, took you all the way across the sea, through the inlet, and into Rock Harbor. Sailors and fishermen alike welcomed you with smiles and gladly helped offload the hundreds of pounds of iron ore and supplies that the town desperately needed. Vinadil's body was carried carefully to the sleeping savior, where you laid it on a bed in his room upstairs. Though his body lay still, Vin's ghost was anything but. He desperately tried to make any kind of contact with his friends and make his presence known to them, but with no luck. It was then he noticed the spirit of someone else there as well. It was a young girl, perhaps 12 or 13 years old. Wren was her name. You found out she was Sparrow's sister and had died here in the tavern long ago. It was also around then that Remus, the alderman, arrived, asking about the journey and how it had all gone. On the roof deck of the Sleeping Savior, you relayed the epic tale of the battle for Alara's Rest. As a reward for your success and for helping the town, Remus gave you the deed to the tavern. He told you how it had once belonged to Emmy, but after a tragic fire many years ago had killed her daughter and badly wounded her son, she gave it up. At her behest, it now belongs to you. Before he left, you also made a point to ask Remus if he had any leads or information on someone that could potentially help raise Vinadil from the dead. You'd yet to give up on him. He warned you that asking questions like that in certain parts of town would be troublesome and suggested that you, discreetly, speak with a wagonman who'd just come to town. Wagonmen are rugged travelers who move from town to town in armored horse-drawn wagons. They trade goods and they trade information. They often bring news of what's happening in the remaining cities of the world. One of them, a man named Mortimer Ghastmere, had arrived the day after you'd left, and he seemed to be looking for Thorcum. You found the man waiting for you back down in the tavern, enjoying a drink. He bought a round for everyone, introduced himself, and immediately began asking all kinds of interesting questions about Thorcum's construct 14. What it was made of, how did the joints operate, lots of technical questions about how it worked. He was also very interested in Vinadil. How tall was he? Was he left or right-handed? What kind of fighter was he? Vin himself, though, was probably most interested in the fact that Mortimer seemed to be able to see him as a spirit. Several times during the conversation, he looked over at you, acknowledged you, and seemed to be able to see Wren as well. The conversation ended and Mortimer retired to his wagon outside, seeming to beckon Vinadil to follow. The interior of the man's wagon was fascinating. Curios and accoutrements from all over, spices, components, materials, rare things, just fascinating stuff inside the wagon. But laying on the floor was a humanoid-sized, war-forged body, a robot, a steel man, just like 14. Perhaps a bit skinnier. Mortimer then casually pulled out a bit of strange dust from a compartment in the wagon, and after blowing a bit towards you, you blacked out, Vinadil. And that is where we're picking up tonight's session. Vin, at the edge of your hearing, you hear a single happy bleat of a fat goat in a wide meadow. You hear the sounds of the town preparing for a late afternoon of ale-related festivities. Fishermen shout greetings to each other at the docks. Doors open and close, animals, wind in the trees, gulls in the air. You hear all kinds of things. You find that if you can, if you wish, open your eyes with a little effort. Curious. The sleeping savior looms before you, Vin, and you have a sudden spatial realization that you're standing in the middle of the hard-packed roadway in front of the tavern. A few town folks give you a wide berth, crossing to the far side of the street behind you, but otherwise things seem as they should. The sun feels warm. There's a comforting smell of baking bread. And your systems are 98% nominal and fully online. Wait a second. You concentrate on raising your hand before your eyes, and before your visual receptors can register the movement, you are instead concerned to find that the whirring of the internal servos it takes to make that action is horrifying and powerful and strange. While you, Vinadil, concentrate on making sense of the situation, you notice the petulant flapping of a note that has been nailed unceremoniously to your chest plate. So, what's the plan?
If I just have to wake up, I just want like a little slap on the face. Maybe I'm sleeping still. Like this is a crazy 14 related dream. Maybe. No. All right. I'll look down and read the note.
As you stand there, and you're having trouble just doing basic things. You've just woken up, and literally your movement is like, and you're a little bit used to it, having been around 14 quite a bit. But to have it be happening to you is really strange. As you reach up to try to grab this note, I want you to make a dexterity check, as you just literally are trying to move your body, and it's not quite responding in the way you'd expect.
18.
18. Okay, very nice. So you reach up, and after literally like 30 seconds, you're just like trying to grip, like at one point you just smack yourself in the face, and it's just like this really awkward thing for people walking by, and you manage to rip this note off your chest, and it is now crumpled in your hand. What do you want to do with it?
I'm gonna like try to kneel down on the ground and push it on the ground and just like use the ground as like a table. Just like push it on the ground so I can read it.
Okay, I want you to make another dexterity check to have you ever played that game? I can't remember, what's that game called where you have to like press the buttons and like have your guy like move all the legs properly, you know? That's kind of, you're kind of just like literally, you know, you're instinctively trying to move, but it just doesn't quite work the way you expect. You're needing to relearn how to just, you know, move your legs and balance and shift your weight. And so make a check as you try to kneel down on the ground. 22. Okay,
yes.
Great. So it takes a few moments. It's a little bit weird, but you manage to get down onto your knees, reach forward, and you're just like practically laying on the ground, like smushing this note out with two hands. It's very strange. The note reads, "Well, sorry about this. It's a shame I'll miss breakfast. The war forged was unfinished, inert. I had wanted to speak with Thorcum about his steel companion and how I might utilize a similar technique, but seeing poor Vinadil wafting around gave me another idea. Consider it temporary. Vinadil gets to be part of an incredible experiment, and with any luck his spirit will endure long enough to make proper preparations to restore him fully and without side effect. Hopefully. I need to check on a few things and talk to a few persons. I will return in a few weeks at most. Be ready then to save your friend. Signed, Mortimer Ghastmere." At this moment, Belrissa.
Little robot tears just coming out.
Belrissa, you open the door to the sleeping savior, having to just go out and get some fresh air, and you see lying on the ground, just like almost like doing like as he's trying to smush this piece of parchment out on the hard packed dirt, is a bronze colored, very 14 like sort of construct, who's just awkward, like laying. It's very weird. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna yell back inside. I'm gonna kind of look around and like poke my head back in the tavern and yell, "Thorgum, did you make another robot?" And then I'm gonna go back and investigate the new robot.
Vin,
I'm gonna try to speak.
You see Belrissa and you try to speak. What do you say?
And I'm wearing your cloak.
I see that. Say,
Oh my god.
Oh,
that is my cloak.
What? No, this is a family cloak.
What is my voice? Does it sound the same?
You robot voice.
as you begin,
is my cloak. Yeah.
that depends entirely on whether or not you want to do a robot voice for an undetermined amount of time. No, as you talk, your voice carries, and it actually you can feel there's almost a vibration as the sound waves are interpreted from your spirit form through this creature's mouth through some unknown magical mechanism. And Belrissa, you hear Vinadil's voice, although it's a little bit distorted, a little strange, but it's definitely him.
Say that again. What'd you say?
That is my cloak. And I want to try to stand up.
Make a dexterity check.
All right. This is
All day.
just to move.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
23.
23. Okay. These are some monster rolls.
I mean, we're yeah.
Not bad. So, Belrissa, what you see in front of you is this robot who, very awkwardly, like at one point he like reaches down to like shift his weight, but then it like shifts the wrong way and he almost falls over, but he catches himself, and it's a whole like very strange kind of thing in front of you. But he does manage to stand up. Vin, you're standing face to face with Belrissa. You are just a little taller than you were before. That's one of the things you notice now that you're kind of relative to Belrissa, who you've spent a lot of time with. You're maybe 2 inches taller than you were before. And Belrissa, you're staring into the face of a bronze-looking humanoid version of Vinadil.
I'm gonna knock on his chest. Does he have a compartment like 14 does?
There's no obvious compartment, though 14's is not obvious either, but doesn't seem like it.
I'm knocking like, Vin, are you inside there? Hello? What is going on here? Also, this is Vinadil's cloak, and you're like
speaking.
this robot thing.
It's me.
How?
I don't know.
You're upstairs, like in not very good shape.
So I've been following you guys for a day and a half. I mean, not creepily, but a little bit angrily watching you sleep for 2 days. Like, trying to talk to you. No one's heard me until, I mean, this is going to be a little upsetting, so maybe just between you and me. There is a ghost that lives in our new tavern. I heard
Ooh.
Remus give it to us.
Wait, are you on the list of owners? You were dead. And a dead person be on.
Gosh, I swear I will steal that from you while you sleep. But yeah, so there's a ghost here. Mortimer could see us both.
What?
And he was talking to me when he was talking to you.
Wait. Is it
You
a good ghost or a bad, like a nice ghost? Bad ghost.
Vinadil, you hear, tell her I'm a good ghost.
what? I can still hear her.
And you look over, and standing next to you is about half your height, little Wren. And
Is she
she's
a robot
looking up.
too?
She's not a robot.
Do
But
you
you don't,
see?
you don't, Belrissa.
I'm looking
you
at
don't,
Belrissa
You don't
like,
see anything. You just see the
you see
robot
it?
looking over, like talking to the air next to him.
Vin, is she here now?
Yes. Her name is Rin. She's 13 to 26,
Tell her I
depending
like.
on how you count years.
Tell her I like her hair and her kitty
Oh.
cat's really cute.
Yes, okay, yes. Likes your hair and your kitty cat. You really probably wouldn't like the kitty cat, but we'll deal with that later.
All right, she's cool. She's cool. Okay, so
So she trusts
Robot girl.
Mortimer. I trusted Mortimer. Walked into his spooky thing. I'll show you later how to open it. It's something on the bottom.
yeah, I
But,
tried. Okay.
yeah, he blew dust in my face and I passed out.
What? How do you blow dust,
I mean, to be
dust
honest,
in a
of all
ghost
the
face.
outcomes, this is not a horrible one, but I don't know how good he is on the scale of things.
I don't know how good he is.
Stop guessing at me.
Oh, dear.
Okay, what is
He
it?
just broke it into Christopher
Let's
Walken there.
smash cut. So Jeshikins and
Smash
Thorcum
cut.
are still sitting in at the table. You guys have probably had another round at this point. Just sort of, it's been probably 2 hours since Mortimer left, and you guys were just relaxing and kind of sitting, not fighting things for the first time in a while. You see Belrissa get up, and she's kind of standing in the doorway, like making some big like something's going on. What are you guys doing?
Oh, no, yeah, this was definitely the craziest week of my life. Yeah. I couldn't imagine it getting any crazier.
I noticed Belrissa, and I'm gonna go walk up right behind her. I don't know. I'm gonna go see what she's doing.
I keep up my beer and bacon.
Same.
Do I notice Kins come up?
Sure.
Belrissa, are you
Kins,
good?
you see that robot guy there? That's Finn.
What?
Yes,
What do you mean it's been?
like Vinadil's essence is in him.
I'll
somehow.
glance back over at Thorcum and Jeshe like, oh no, Belrissa has lost it. Like that face, like that's what I'm gonna look at.
And there's a baby ghost. Well, not a baby, like a 13-year-old ghost, but a little baby ghost here.
Wait, back up. What? This is Vin?
I think so.
Mostly,
Mostly sure that it's Vin.
it is me. We're 100%
Insight
sure
check.
it's me.
Insight check vid.
I will. Oh man, I'm just like bewildered right now. But I'm listening to this robot speak to me.
All right, so
It sounds
Belrissa
like
insight
Vin.
checks Vin, and Kin's insight checks Belrissa.
Oh my god. Okay, so wait, I lost my sheet. I'm not gonna insight check Belrissa. I think that she's lost it. I'm gonna insight check this
Oh,
robot.
you're
that-
just sure. You don't need
that just-
Belrissa has had a really traumatic,
Aw.
like 24 hours. Her cousin died, and it's been like she's
The sixth
just
stage
lost
of-
her mind.
Can
Very
you
psychotic.
hear
It
him?
is me.
It's
Look,
Vin.
ask
Looks-
me a question only Vinadil would know. See, this easy thing.
What were our wolves' names?
Fred and Daryl.
See? That's Vin.
See, it's me. There was a mirror that knew my name. It foretold this. That's the creepy thing. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
kind of here.
Okay. So,
So-
I'll turn to Belrissa and be like, okay, I'm sorry. We just fought off a bunch of hags. Are you sure we didn't take one with us or something? Like, are you sure this is Vinadil? I don't know about this.
Seems like Vin. I mean, it might not be Vin, but it kind of seems like Vin. And he knows the Vin things, and he sounds like Vin. So I'm gonna say probably Vin. Most
Okay,
definitely.
my roll was
maybe.
19, by the way, for the insight.
Mine
I
was
rolled.
12.
Yeah, I mean, he knew the name of the dire wolves. Belrissa seems confident, although she's had a difficult, trying, kind of traumatic couple of days. So you're a little, hard to get a read, but also there's no like overt deception going on here. I mean, they seem, at least the two of them seem to genuinely believe that they are who they say they are.
So I'll just poke the robot Vin's chest, like, okay, so
do I feel that?
that.
So yes, you do actually. It's a little awkward. It's a little like sort of like muted. It's a little doesn't quite feel the same as normal skin, but your sensory receptors do pick up on small vibrations as her fingers, tap on your chest plate.
So this is you then.
So are you like this forever? Are you
Well,
our new
what did
robot?
you do with my body? Is it still like I was watching it as long as I
So
could?
Jeshi wanted to burn it, and I wouldn't let him. So
I heard.
yeah, he thought you were gonna become a zombie or something. So
I know, and I got stuff to say about that because, yeah,
Wait, okay, so
so
It's
you're
bad.
upstairs.
it's
if
bad.
you're in that, can we put
no,
you in the
no.
body? Like,
Well,
how do we get from
here's
this to that?
Is the notes here? I can't work this
What?
stuff yet. Someone take this. I try to hand the note. to
I'll
them,
grab it.
and I just open my hand, like.
And I'll turn it so Belrosa can see it also.
So read that. Maybe Mortimer thinks he can fix this.
So Mortimer went to
Temporary.
go. But what if you're like?
Wait, he's not coming to breakfast?
He's gone. Look what I could do. Just with 2 my fingers.
That's amazing.
It's getting better. It's getting better.
Oh my
Like a coma victim. Wiggle your toes.
That's right. Oh, he had to leave. I don't know why. He knocked me out.
This
I
guy's-
woke up in the middle of the street and he left.
Dude, this guy's really suspicious. I don't know if I trust Mortimer. He put you in a robot.
Well, I feel like we're gonna have to trust him to figure out what to do with him next.
Like,
And, yeah.
Otherwise, we're gonna be
so we're
trapped
just
in
gonna
this
like
thing.
wait here for him to come back?
Well, we gotta store my body.
I know. How do we make sure you don't get rot and like stinky?
I don't know. Thorcom,
Like
Or
maybe a
just, like,
freezer?
a freezer? I don't know.
Maybe
if
he has a
freezer would
meat
work.
freezer.
Like, I don't.
Yeah, I'm sure Emmy.
It's our freezer now. It would be a little strange if she had
Our freezer. We can do what we want.
a body-sized freezer. That would be a little awkward. But who knows?
Where do you think she keeps all the pork?
God. Oh my god.
Let's ask
All right.
Thorcom. Maybe he
So
has some ideas.
I'm gonna turn around and start walking casually, as if nothing crazy just happened, back to the others.
I'm slow walking
Thorcom.
to try to follow and reaching for my cloak.
I'm holding the time. You don't need this anymore. You're metal.
Thorcom, you see the two ladies are coming back in, and following them is well, obviously you notice right away it's a robotic construct. It's very similar to 14. You know, all of the comments made by Mortimer are kind of still on your mind. Obviously, it hasn't been that long, so you're sort of like instantly caught off guard a little bit. But the two of them seem to be conversing with it, and also it's really bad at walking. It's like almost fallen over like 4 times just since it got in the door, and it kind of like stumbles like it's like a drunk robot basically. It like crashes into a couple of fishermen who get all kind of pissed off for a second, and but it manages to make its way over. And Jeshi, I imagine you're probably just kind of watching this, you know, observing.
Well, I've
and-
been drinking a little bit, so I'd like to say that I'm mid conversation with Thorcom. I know I'm pretty young, but I can't imagine having a crazier week than this. It's like, I talked to trees. Like, it's crazy out there. There were hags that were druids and druids that were crocodiles or alligators. Who even knows?
You did eat a magic
Crocodile.
mushroom to talk to the trees. I told
I
you
ate
not to
those
do
mushrooms. Yeah, well, they told me to eat them, so it was
it.
50
Gotta stop listening to them.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'm gonna work on it. What is this? What is happening here?
Guys,
Yeah,
guys.
I'll give you
guys.
2 guesses. Who do you think this is?
Really terribly human designed robot.
Back. He's back. He's back.
I don't understand the question.
He's back. He's back. Vin's back.
Apparently, this is Vinadil.
Of course.
It's true.
Thorcom, can you fix this?
No.
I don't.
I've seen this before in the army. We had a unit member die, and then like a couple of days later, we found a turtle that was like washed up on shore, and one of our unit just like adopted the turtle and was
No,
like,
no,
"Oh,
no,
this
no. This is different.
Where are you going? Like, channeling Oh Brother Where Art Thou? They turned him into a frog.
So he
It's like I've heard it's like transference. It's like
no, he
that's what
knows
they told us.
everything.
No,
He has
doing
all of
everything.
Vin's memories.
I
He
can
talks.
talk. I can.
It's really. Ask him a question. Ask him a.
Beep boop beep.
No,
No,
ask-
no, I know it's.
Ask him
believe
something
you.
only Vinadil would know.
But also, I'm not telling that guy anything. This shouldn't have been done.
Granted, I mean it is better than being a ghost. I think.
Oh look, there's a note too. He's not
What are
coming to
things that
breakfast.
only Vinadil knew.
Here you go.
How did he tie your soul to the machine? How are we going to get
I
your
don't-
soul to your body?
He blew dust on me,
Wait.
and then I woke up in the middle of the street.
Thorcum, you think this is actually Vinadil right here? This thing?
Read the note, Jesse.
Not
Read
even
this
blue.
note.
But he's not a zombie, so don't kill him.
Not a zombie.
Melrissa seems
I'm
pretty
gonna check
excited.
on that. Divine
And I did
sense.
miss Vin.
Divine sense.
I do divine sense. Divine sense.
Oh, please. Don't kill Vin.
Celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
There's actually a part of. There's actually a part of my brain that's curious. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, are you?
So
what am I?
technically, there are several ghosts here, and you
Oh
get
my
you
god.
get a faint
Oh my
you get a
Is
faint
Rin
ping.
standing next to me?
You get a faint ping on your little sort of ghost radar, though you don't get that sort of overwhelming sense of evil and danger or anything like that, but you do feel
Half ghost.
you get a non-zero result. Let's just say that.
Non-zero
There
ghost.
are
First of all,
there
are
some
ghosts
spirits
everywhere.
here. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
aren't there?
ghosts
Wouldn't you
everywhere.
always feel that?
There,
Aren't there
okay.
ghosts everywhere?
no, only
Well,
lasts for, like
every time he uses that ability, he never sees anything. So this is new.
Well, that's weird.
okay. Where's my hammer?
It's
No, look. I'll poke
No.
Vin again. He feels that. He's a person.
Vince, talk. Say
The,
things.
the ghost
I'm
ping
saying-
is definitely coming from the robot. It's,
there's a little ghost here too. You
And there's-
just can't see her, but she's good, I think, and I'm definitely
I'm
good.
more drunk than I thought I was.
Chaotically. Yeah.
So the note said Mortimer's gonna go figure it out, and then he's gonna come back. So we just have to keep
You want the
Vin's
note? Yes. Give.
Here you go.
give
body
him the
fresh
note.
until
That
then.
was
Dorcam, here you go, read it.
15 minutes ago.
We have to keep. You saw Mortimer leave?
I'm gonna read through
I
it.
didn't know. Okay.
No, he said he was meeting us for breakfast, but this note says he just left.
I know he's such a liar.
Breakfast.
Rude.
Probably bacon.
He doesn't care about the bacon,
Oh,
even though
bacon.
I
he
care
doesn't
about
know
the
what
bacon.
he's missing out on, clearly.
I want to try to grab a piece of bacon. Can I
Oh.
eat? Do I smell it?
I slapped the
what is-
Clap.
No robot.
So, we have a few weeks. I was there when the giant did the thing and wiped his blood on my face. So the body's gonna last for, what did he say, 10 days?
10 days. That's not a few weeks.
I know. We need to figure out how to push 10 days into like a few weeks. Thorcum, any ideas?
Yes.
What if you made days longer?
Yes?
Yes.
Just make
Look.
days like
Yes?
What I can do
100
now.
hours.
All right.
I'll just look at Jesse
Oh.
and just look back.
No, it's-
he's got a point.
bodies.
You
The
just-
bodies.
This a fisherman just kind of walks up and says, I've thought about that a few times myself. If I could fish
Right.
more hours, man, in the day means more fish in the pot,
I make eye contact and I'm like, oh, look at that. And then at 14 push him away.
Just kind of like,
Let's not talk here. This is
I don't see anything.
I don't like that guy. I really don't like that guy.
Which guy?
Mortimer?
Mortimer.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
gone.
He's super
We're good.
shady.
we gotta.
But he
Figure
did make
out
Robot
post-
Vin.
post-Mortimer plans, you know?
Not supposed to do that with robots.
I gotta figure out how to move this thing.
It's real bad. And I'll just go upstairs.
I'm gonna
Mm,
follow Thorkum.
Yes.
Go into Jeshi and Vinadil's room. I take one look at the body, I cast Reduce on it, and I shove it into the bag of holding.
Oh my god.
Do I see any of that? No, I can't move that fast.
There's no way you got upstairs that fast.
What are you doing, Thorkum?
In fact, Thorkum, right in the middle of this, you just hear as Vinadil is falling down the stairs trying to get up, and Vinadil Ren is just losing her shit laughing at you as she's just floating around, kind of darting through the air, doing somersaults, and just kind of like completely making fun of you, basically, as you're. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Vinadil's body is shrunk and shoved into the bag of holding. And
It will, in a minute, pop back to its original size, but there is no air in the bag of holding.
well,
So does that mean he'll stay fresh?
It'll slow it down.
Okay.
we'll sure find out.
Okay.
Super not good.
Then you may be a little melty when we pull you out.
Super not good.
Maybe a ghost robot for the rest of his existence.
I'm still at the table.
I'm gonna go.
Never
And-
left.
I just kind of slap my face and cast protection from good and evil on myself for no reason. There are undead everywhere.
Poor drunk Jeshi.
As Vinadil's still struggling to get up the stairs, I'll just walk past him as he's falling down. Sit down next to Jeshi again.
I'm gonna go sit by the fireplace hearth thing.
You want
find
some
a
of
bigger
this?
place.
I smack Thorkum and cast protection from good and evil on him.
What are you doing?
We are this place is swarming with undead. They're everywhere, man.
I can't
One
believe
of
you
them
never
is in
casted
that
that
robot.
before in this place.
We broke it, Jay. You brought this on yourself.
I can't stop laughing.
We all had choices here.
I'm picturing Jeshi. He's just like, all right, Thorkum, come here, come here. He just like protections you and then turns around. Hey, you, this guy. First just
Yeah, that
stumbling
really
around.
drunk guy. I give it to him too.
Give it to the drunk guy.
Suddenly he writes himself.
Hey guy, be careful out there.
Vin, what does it feel like in there?
Oh, it doesn't feel right, and I can't quite move the stuff like I'm supposed to all at the same time. It's very complicated to move all the different parts of you, and I'm just kind of moving my legs up and down and my hands like all at the same time.
Yeah. But
You know what I'm saying?
but can you give us like a piggyback ride like 14 did with Thorkum?
I can't climb the stairs.
The priorities emerge.
Priorities.
Belrissa has been jealous of Thorkum this whole time. Getting those piggyback rides.
Carry you through the swamp? Like, I'm just trying to figure out how to get upstairs. Like, no. I can't.
okay.
Give me my cloak. Give me my cloak.
I am going to have 14 kind of help Vinadil down into the basement, into the workshop area. And I'm
you've
going
been
to try
banished.
to help him calibrate himself.
Aww.
All right. I'll
Okay.
let 14 lead me.
So you two go downstairs. The rest of you, Jeshi, you're still in the tavern. Belrissa and Kins, you're kind of trying to make sense of everything that's going on. What we're going to do now is we're going to transition into a passing of time. For about 3 weeks, you guys go through a various bit of trying to help Vin kind of understand his new situation, learn how to use his body. You search for information. You know you've got to stay put in this town for a while to see, if Mortimer is able to deliver on what he's promised, and in the meantime help Vin. And there's no immediate action that needs to be taken anywhere else, so we go through a bit of downtime. And for each person in the group, for each character, we're going to go through and kind of explore what happens to you during these 3 weeks of exploration and downtime in the city of Portsmouth. We're going to start off with Vinadil. So you go down and you and Thorcom work together a little bit, and with a little bit of help from him, helping you understand, some of the way the actuated joints work and the way some of the servos function. And you're a smart enough guy where it's something that you can understand in your mind, but not necessarily apply to physical movement easily. So, but we'll say it takes you probably a couple days before you can at least walk around without falling on your face all the time. But any sort of fighting or real movement is going to be really challenging. You find yourself standing out in kind of the street outside the tavern, and the people of Portsmouth are not afraid of you. They've kind of gotten used to 14, and also just word has gotten around that you're with the owners of the tavern and with the group that helped everybody out. Not everybody quite understands that you're actually Vinadil, and they unless you talk to them. But you had a few things that you wanted to kind of explore during your downtime, and you want to talk about those?
Yeah, so I'm cool if most of the people don't know who I am, because I don't want to then have to explain if my body comes back. But Remus, at least, I wanted to meet with, and really kind of do just a trip around the town, like to really kind of get a better idea of who is here, what's who the people are, what their skills are, where they live, which buildings are being used and which aren't.
Sure.
How many blacksmiths, tanneries, right? So like it's kind of a census of people and like an asset map of structures.
So
very methodical, very robotic.
Very, yes. While I'm learning how to walk, I'm like, I need to figure all this out. So why not take a trip around the city?
So you reach out to Remus and you set up a meeting, and we'll say somewhere in town, maybe along the main thoroughfare that runs with the tavern and all the main shops, kind of Harbor Street by the dock. So Remus meets you, and with Remus, as he approaches, is a man that you've not met before. He's a human. He's maybe a little shorter than you, maybe 6 feet tall, maybe a little less. He's got kind of pale white skin, kind of brown, sort of messy hair, and you see that he's wearing a set of spectacles as he walks up, and he's with Remus, and he's carrying a book in his hand, and as he walks towards you, he's got a bit of a strange gait. It's one of the first things you notice as he approaches, and he actually, as Remus kind of comes to a stop, the man beside him kind of trips a little bit, like he trips over his own feet, and Remus, he kind of speaks up and he says, sorry, I'm still getting used to this a little bit, but Dorian, this is Vinadil. That's still your name, right?
Yes. Still my name. Yes.
Okay. Listen, I got your request to do a bit of a tour and kind of understand some of the details of the city. I'd like to introduce you to my assistant here. This is Dorian Galanis. And the man beside him, he kind of steps up. He says, "Hello, my name's Dorian. Yes, as Remus said, I'm his assistant, and my job is to keep track of some of the details of the city. How many people are here, how much food we have, things like that. The type of things that Remus doesn't really want to be bothered with." And Remus kind of looks over to him. He says, "Sure," what he said. "I've got a meeting out near the front gates. Dorian, show Vinadil whatever it is he needs to know." So he kind of walks off, and Dorian is still there, and he puts his glasses back on, and he says, "So, I hear you've just you and your friends come into ownership of the Sleeping Savior. That's one of the most profitable businesses in town. I think you'll find that that's quite you're a lucky man or thing or whatever you are, sir. Well, so what would you like to see? Remus gave me the afternoon to show you around, give you some information, lead the way, ask the questions, whatever you want.
Great, Dorian. Go ahead and mark off your next 2 days or so, because this is going to take a little while. Let's just start with a walk around town, the whole wall, right? Everywhere there's a wall, we're going to walk there. While we're going, you can give me an idea of how many trained blacksmiths, tanners, crafters, farmers. Like, let's just walk down the whole list, right? We're going to talk about food supply, logistics inside the city, any kind of army, and all your crafting and resources. So while we're doing a spot check of the wall, this is gonna take a little bit, Dorian, but walk and talk. Let's
Sure.
And so like just
I think you might have just met your best friend.
And he's got a little book, and he says, well, let's see. Yes, exactly. Let's start by walking the perimeter, as you said. Now, the actual width is 551 feet in one direction, and then roughly 752 feet in the other direction, though that expands a little bit as the tide comes in and out, erosion, things like that. And he just starts going into all these details about the hamlet. And you walk around, and you see that there's a palisade wall that's maybe 10 or 12 feet high that kind of circles the inner hamlet. And you know that from being in Portsmouth before that, this used to be a lot bigger than it is now. Since the plague and sort of the massive, deaths and everything, what Portsmouth is today versus what it once was is a lot different. So there are a lot of abandoned buildings and
are they outside the palisade or inside?
A lot of them are outside the palisades. Yes. Okay. So the palisade walls have been built since the plague happened, and probably in the last century or so, and are manned by probably about maybe two or three dozen soldiers, kind of as many as they can, and just kind of walking around the perimeter. And at one point you notice you get kind of, as you're circling around, he's just giving you details, trying to answer all your questions, and he says, there's one blacksmith in town. That's the Scale and Steel, run by Sola and Naj, a great married couple. There's the tanner, and he's a hunter and a tanner. Kind of does the same thing. That's not something I'm really. I don't. It's very smelly. And there's also there's the general store, and there's the tailor shop, and there's the alchemist, and there's a lot of shops. We typically don't have more than one of a particular type of shop, because that wouldn't be logical. We don't have enough resources to support such things. People have the choices and the things they need, and he just goes on and on and on and on, and somehow more detail than even you wanted from this man Dorian, as he continues to walk, and you make it to to over kind of near the front gate. And you see a familiar face, someone though you haven't seen in a while. It is a half-orc woman. She's got dark gray skin and kind of long, kind of whitish gray hair, and she appears to be training a group of younger soldiers with a spear. And she's kind of going through some spear forms and kind of showing them how it's done. And the group of them are trying to replicate the moves, and she's kind of adjusting and helping them out. And she sees you approach, and Dorian, and he looks over. Oh, Kith, yes. I'm sorry to interrupt. Have you met Vinadil, the robot? And Kith looks over. She says, "You weren't a robot last time we met, but I believe." She looks over at Dorian, looks back at you, kind of confused. What do you do?
True enough, and I hold out my hand to shake her hand.
Make a dexterity check.
Oh, right. Got too many windows up.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Anybody see it? Oh no, did it go? I'm having the Jessie problem. There we go. Oh, 20.
20. Okay. You reach your hand up, and she comes out to to shake it kind of awkwardly, and you slap it out of the way. But then you like immediately recover and like grab it, and you kind of like, and it's like this really, and she's really big and strong. She's bigger than you, very strong, and she sort of like instinctively kind of pulls back, like what, like really kind of confused, and a couple of the soldiers behind her, or the guards, I should say, they snicker a little bit, and she says, "What's your problem?"
Still learning, how to work this whole
move?
thing. Exactly.
Why are you?
So tell me, how many soldiers do you guys train? Is it a sort of thing where everyone's expected to walk through some sort of military training, or do you set aside a certain
that would be
part of the population?
And he goes to, and she interrupts him, and she says, "Everybody in town has a bit of training. Not everybody sticks around. But part of my job, I run the constabulary, and I'm here to make sure everybody can at least defend themselves. And we try to do shifts. Yeah, most of the men, or any of the able-bodied women, or anybody who's really able, are out fishing, trying to get food. And then we do a bit of a cycle through, and people do shifts and help out. I don't have a lot of full-timers here, and that's why I'm trying to train these folks behind me. I don't have a lot of time for this conversation. Is this important?"
Carry on, Kith, and we'll keep moving. Dorian, let's continue.
Make a dexterity check.
I'm just walking. I'm not doing okay.
Yes, you are.
Ooh, 17.
17. You you go to walk by her, and you just trip and fall right on your face, just in the mud.
17. Like,
this is really hard to move around, and you're. She kind of looks down at you, and she says, "Looks like you could use a bit of training yourself, if you could even walk."
that is what we're doing, Kith. That is what we're doing. All right, Dorian, back to it.
Yes.
Push
Anyway, so these
like
are the
crab.
front gates, and he continues to kind of show you around. And yes, the population of Portsmouth prior to the devastation was quite large. Blah 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 blah. He goes on all these details, and you continue to walk around, and by the end of it, you feel like you have a pretty good idea. You spend a couple of days with this Dorian fellow, and there's a couple of places where he doesn't seem comfortable bringing you, but he tells you about. He doesn't like the docks. He doesn't want to go near the fish market or any kind of down near there. He kind of says, "Oh, yeah, you've seen those plenty, I'm sure." It kind of avoids that whole area, but gives you a pretty good idea, of all the inland things. And yeah, by the end of it, I would say that you feel a bit confident that you have an understanding, at least, of what's going on in Portsmouth. And we can talk about more details later. One thing that happens, though, is as you're wrapping up the second day, you see Kith, and she's kind of walking up behind you, and she's a bit, glistening, and she looks like she's been training for a while, and she kind of walks up, and she smacks you on the back, and she says, "I can tell you can't move very well in that thing, can you?"
Not yet. A little better every day. Huh?
A little
Look
better
at this.
every day, huh?
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Tomorrow morning, be out near the gates at dawn, and you can train with the men. I'll do what I can. I mean, you helped me out quite a bit back on the beach there, if you remember, and
I do.
I owe you one. Swing by tomorrow. We'll see what we can do with you.
All right. And then if at some point, as time goes, I'd love to be on one of the trips that goes back to the island, as if any reclamation efforts start to happen. So
Sure. Okay, great.
I'm going to take my dagger, rapier, and crossbow with me tomorrow, but we'll see what she uses. so.
Sure hope you don't fall off the boat and sink to the bottom of
Yeah.
the ocean.
Gosh. It's after I learn how to walk. After I'm solidly learning how to walk, I will get on a boat. Yes.
Vin,
Walk, swim, fly.
at the end of your 3 weeks, you actually end up spending a significant amount of time working with Kith, who's she kind of teaches you how to move and just puts you through drills. You could tell she's worked with people who are not great at moving around and taught a lot of people how to fight. And by the end of the downtime, you can move pretty well. You feel like you're back to your normal self. It's a lot harder than you expected. It took most of the 3 weeks, but you now are not only have your sort of roguish dexterity back, you actually feel like you can move a little faster than you could in your drow body. And you've picked up a few new skills as well. And I believe now you're multi-classing, aren't you?
Yes, I will come out of this as a rogue 7 and a fighter 1. So Kith teaches me the ways of the fighter.
Excellent.
Nice.
All right, so Vinadil's downtime ends. We're going to transition. We're going to segue into Belrissa. Belrissa, we're kind of rewinding the clock a little bit. So Vinadil's back. His body is, it's okay, sure, whatever. You know, Thorcom seems to be confident. But you had a few things that you wanted to do as well. And you're up in your room in the Sleeping Savior, and you look over and kind of stretching out, licking himself is Ziggy. And you look over and he just looks, what are you looking at, huh? Hey, mind your business and I'll mind mine, all right? He just goes back to his business. Okay. You had a few things you wanted to do. What would you like to do first?
Well, now that we're tavern owners, I want to liven the place up a bit, and I'm going to create a little magic show to entertain the guests. So this is cheesy illusion magic, not like I'm using my spells, but I am using my spells, but it doesn't look like I'm using my spells. I'm using combination of subtle spell and Ziggy's invisibleness to do really cheesy magic, like pull a rabbit out of a hat and saw a lady in half, and the ring trick and all those sorts of things.
Okay, that's super cool. All right, so you're gonna do magician stuff with Ziggy's help. Okay, cool. All right, we'll come back to that. And then what else do you want to do? Anything else in your downtime in the 3 weeks of time in Portsmouth?
Oh, Ziggy needs some clothes.
Okay.
I look over at Ziggy. I'm like, you can talk now. Let's dress you up a little bit. How do you feel about that?
He's licking himself and just like, you want to put some clothes on this? Uh-huh. Have you seen this? Because this is beautiful.
It is.
You want to cover this up? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm accent it. Accentuate.
You want to put a friggin' bow tie on me or what?
Maybe. Maybe a little leather, a little
leather.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
Now we're talking. All right, hey,
protection or something.
Hey, let's do this.
Okay.
You and me, girl. Okay.
All right.
All right.
So I asked Vin where the tailor is.
So Vin, you've
I
just
happen to know. Yeah.
So you tell Belrissa about a lovely halfling couple named Corey and Darna Clearwood, who own a tailor shop. It's sort of a tailor / clothier, and there's a building not too far away. And Belrissa, you're able to travel there, and you get to the building and you knock on the door and you hear, "Yeah, just a minute," and you hear like a kind of a squeaky high voice from inside, and you it's pretty early in the morning, and you hear a bunch of bolts, and you have to look down, and you see an elderly halfling man. You're not sure how old halflings age, but he's definitely, he's balding on the top. He's got sort of frizzy white hair, and he's got a big spectacles on his eyes, and he's got sort of a brown leather apron on, and it appears like he was in the middle of doing something. He says, "Hey, welcome, come on in. I've just opened the shop."
Thanks.
And he comes back and pulls the whole door open, and he kind of shuffles back, and you see in the back of the shop, sitting in a rocking chair, is a woman, an elderly halfling woman. She's looks even older than he is. She's got bright white hair, and she's got a bunch of flowers of different colors kind of tied up in her hair, and she's wearing a green dress, and she's just kind of rocking on this chair, and crocheting something, and she just kind of doesn't say anything but smiles in your direction, and the man kind of walks back, and he climbs up on what looks to be a bench of some kind behind the counter, and he says, "Well, dear, my name is Corey Clearwood, and my wife Darna and I run this shop. What can I get for you? I have to say, you have magnificent fashion. I love that dress. I've never seen anything like it."
Thanks. So my name's Larissa. This is Ziggy. Now, how do you feel? How do you feel about making clothes for a cat? See, he's a little naked.
Clothes for a cat?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yes.
For that cat?
This one, yes.
Magnificent! I've never done anything like that.
Fantastic! Yay!
Did you hear that, Darna? Clothes for a cat. In all our years. Well, interesting. Okay. Is the beast friendly? You just hear behind you.
Quite. Yes. He's very friendly. He's fun. We'll call him that. But yeah, I'm thinking something like he should match me, but he's his own person, so he should have his own style, but like some leather, maybe some studs, and he should be like cool looking. Ziggy, what do you think?
He's and the man is already sort of leaned down. He's like shuffling through. There's like boxes flying over his shoulder, and he's like, "I've got to find materials for this. This is he's just sort of mumbling and just like stuff flying everywhere. And he comes out with like this really dark, kind of almost black leather that looks completely, it's just like this kind of hard, kind of cured, this dark leather, and it's got all these really interesting sort of patterns. Look like they've been embossed into it. And he says, "This is something I've kept for a long time. And I just have small scraps, and I don't know what else to do with it. So, would that be something that you might like for putting on your cat there?"
What do you think? You like it?
Hey, all right.
He likes it. Yes. Let's do that. Beautiful.
Okay. Would you please ask your cat to stand still a minute? We'll need to take some measurements, I suppose.
Ziggy, they need your
And Darna, his wife, kind of she gets up from the chair for the first time, and she kind of waddles over a little bit, and she reaches out and she starts petting Ziggy, and he starts purring so loud, and he just kind of looks over you and he goes, "Hey." And they manage to take some measurements of him, kind of wrap around, and it takes them probably about 15 or 20 minutes, and a couple times he seems to get uncomfortable, but now that he's a little bit more amiable to stuff like this, now that he's your familiar and not just like a wild cat, and he's behaves more or less, and they take some measurements, and Corey he says, "Well, that is a very well-behaved beast you got there. I've got a couple of ideas." And he walks over to you, Belrissa, and he takes out this measurement, and he starts taking your measurements, and he's like looking at this is very nice. This is fantastic work. He's just like fascinated with the craftsmanship of your dress and the clothing you're wearing and the style, and I'm just taking a snapshot of it. I believe I can replicate something very similar to this. This is just, hey, Donna, have you seen it? And they just have this whole thing, and then after a few minutes he says, "All right, I've got it. It will take me about a week, maybe a little more. But you come back, and I will have your stuff ready to go."
All right, sounds great.
Yes. Okay. Go. Enjoy the weather. It's nice. It hasn't been this nice out in years, Darna, has it? I mean, there's no storms, no nothing. It is beautiful, and he just kind of ushers you out the door.
Come by the tavern sometime. We'll give you a drink.
Yes.
Okay. Bye.
He gets you out. Okay. So that happens. So we're gonna fast forward back to the tavern. We're gonna smash cut for a minute. to Jeshi's downtime. So Jeshi, you wake up the next morning, bit hungover. There was a lot of drinking. You protected the tavern from some undead. A lot of stuff happened. Vinadil's back. Crazy couple of days. Yikes. You wake up, walk downstairs. What do you want to do with your time, with your 3 weeks?
Well, quick addendum. Over the course of 3 weeks, I cast protection from evil and good at least 100 times. Every time I come near the robot. But I think I spend a little bit of time with Emmy and a little bit of time with Sparrow, who I've recently discovered is her son. With Emmy, I focus on the tavern itself and like what type of projects we could take on, like to improve it slightly.
So, I believe that you are now the owner of this tavern, and that makes me very happy. And there's a lot of things that I think we could do to improve what we've got going here. There's things about the building that are a bit, dangerous and things I believe that a new owner should probably address. But I also think that there's some other things inside with the food and the ales. Oh, that's the stuff.
Danger. It's fine.
She says, well, if I'm honest with you, the most important thing we need is just a better and more reliable supply of beer and ale.
Say it. I was hoping you would say that. I have, first of all, you should taste this. And I'll pour her a glass of the ancient Dwarven Ale.
Okay.
Taste this. Taste this. What do you taste? What do you taste?
She says,
First impression.
wow.
Right?
Where did you find this?
Hard to explain. Island, storm, mine, not a mine, Dwarven Ale.
Dwarven Ale. That's where
Yes.
I have tasted something like this before, and this is it's aged beautifully. But if you found this in a mine, I mean, where are you going to get more of it? It seems maybe perhaps a limited supply, and that does not
You may
address
not
our
know
problems.
this about me. I can make beer.
You can make beer. Did you
Yes.
know that in the basement of the tavern that you are now a proud part owner of, there is some brewer's equipment? I have never taken to that myself, but the previous owners, the ones I used to work for, they were quite into it, and they would produce just delicious drinks. I don't even know how to use any of that equipment, but I believe you probably could. This is delicious, by the way.
Yes. So, like, is it cinnamon? There's something in there. It's really throwing me off. But anyway, yes, I do know how to use all sorts of equipment. I've made tons of beers. Tons. You said it's downstairs?
Yeah, let me show you. Let's go.
Oh, great. Yeah, lead the way.
So you walk over, and there's a door that you've never been down before. It's kind of near the back, and she unlatches it, and you head down, and you immediately get the feeling it's kind of like a damp kind of basement feel, a little bit cooler. You go down, and on the first floor, you notice that there is a large sort of workshop area. And you can see workbenches. There's not a lot. It looks like it's been kind of picked clean. A lot of the tools and things are sort of scattered and disorganized. And looks like when they ran out of metals, they had kind of, taken a lot of the stuff out of here. But it's a nice open space, and you immediately think Thorcum's probably really going to like this. But she takes you one floor lower, and you can see that there is just a bunch of stills and a bunch of equipment and. She says, well, these are made out of a metal that is not particularly useful for some of the things that they needed. And Remus also said that, well, if somebody eventually came along and made some beer, that would be a much better thing for the town than whatever else they were going to do with it. So
There's only one thing better than shields to defend a town, and that's beer.
as someone who's worked here a long time, I agree. But nobody else knows how to use these things. I mean, the supply of beer we have now is questionable at best. We get a lot of things from the wagonmen when they come into town, but that's not exactly reliable. I mean, if we could produce our own supply, then I think that would be fantastic.
I lean down next to it. I'm like, oh, yes, the Y series. Very nice.
Oh, so you're familiar with this equipment. That's
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, they're all the same.
well, that is one thing. Now, do you actually know the recipe to make this delicious dwarven ale that you have so graciously allowed me to taste?
No, I've made other ones, but I want to make this one for sure.
So,
but I can
Jeshi,
start with ones I already know.
you've tasted it quite a bit, and we'll say over the next week or so, you familiarize yourself with this equipment, you figure it all out, you get it cleaned, et cetera, and you get it to a state where you can actually use it, make some ales. And by this point, you've drinking quite a bit of that dwarven ale, and you got a pretty good idea of what you think that recipe is. So I'm gonna have you make a roll to see if you really know what it is.
Oh dear.
And
Yeah.
that's gonna be, now because you're proficient with brewer's tools, this is going to be a wisdom check plus your proficiency with the brewer's tools.
Wisdom check plus proficiency. Okay. So I'll just click wisdom. Ten.
10. You you try a bunch of times and you manage to produce some half decent ales, but you're not quite there yet. It's going to take a little more time. So by the end of the 3 weeks, you've tried several different recipes, and these nobody's going to turn this down. It's good beer, but it's not quite right. You're going to have to spend some more time
I'm very
trying
satisfied.
to truly discover that recipe.
I'm working with Emmy to get the flow going of where she wants it stored.
Excellent.
What's the best way for her to work with it?
She also says you spend a little bit of time. She gives you a bit of a tour. You tour one part of the structure where it looks like a long time ago there was some significant fire damage, and it's never truly been fully repaired. And she kind of says, kind of bypasses it a little bit, but kind of says, yeah, someday somebody's going to need to take care of that. And she also points out some of the tables and the furniture is a bit rickety. Some of these things haven't been repaired. She tells you about Philip. Philip Hawthorne is the local woodworker, furniture maker, carpenter, and he's a guy you'd probably want to go talk to, maybe get some repairs done. She also, as you eventually at one day you're kind of upstairs and Sparrow comes in and you see he's over just kind of strumming his lute, playing a tune for a couple of people, and she says, I believe if we could get some more performers in here, I think that would be really good for the town, really liven things. I mean, we're going to have some new beer, we're going to have some new drinks. I think, well, what do you think?
Oh, Emmy. I could not agree more. I think we should have like a weekly performance so everyone could come in.
A weekly performance. Woo! Now that is something I could get behind. Jeshi, I heard you. I am so excited that you are the new owner. Listen, we haven't had a lot of time to talk. I've been out and about. I'm a busy man. I've got relationships. I've got people to see, things to do, etc., etc. Listen, but I'm here now, and you said you needed performers. Well, I'm your man. Sparrow walks up. Just really, really excited.
That's Sparrow
to see
talking to me? Oh, Sparrow. Yes. Yes, we need to have a chat. First of all, how do you learn an instrument?
How do you learn an instrument? Well, first you need a teacher. You need somebody who knows how to play that instrument, which, not trying to brag, but I know a thing or two, and I could teach well, somebody could teach you how to play that instrument. Then you practice a lot, and then years later, you're like me, and you're a master. It's great. It's easy. Anybody can do it.
How do you think the first? It doesn't matter. Yes.
Listen, Jesse, you said you're looking for performers. And I might know a few people in town who fit the bill. You could maybe have some sort of audition. We could bring them in, and as the new owner of the tavern, you get your friends around, and we have a bit of an event of it. How does that sound to you?
It sounds really good. The only person that I trust more than myself as it comes to taste is Belrissa, so I think she should be at the auditions as well.
Belrissa, you happen to walk in at this exact moment. It's crazy. And you walk in, and you've recently had
First of all, protection from evil and good.
Thank you.
You've recently been thinking about how you're gonna sort of introduce some sort of magic. There's so much magic that can be done, and magicians and people like this sort of thing, right? And you walk into this conversation where these two are talking about, performers and putting on shows. And Belrissa, you walk up, and Sparrow says, "Belrissa, it has been far too long since we've had a good conversation. Come, I've heard you're also interested in having a bit of a performance around here."
Oh yeah. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna pull like animal, like a rabbit, and there's a hat, and you pull a rabbit out.
Oh, magic!
And it's like magic.
I've read about magic. I've read about it quite a bit, but I have to say I've never seen anyone do it. I mean, magic, real magic. You know how we feel about those kind of things.
This is like the
sure, magician's magic.
showmanship
It's
magic.
I can almost guarantee you that nobody around here has probably seen anything like that, and well, I think they'd quite like it.
Awesome.
That sounds great. Do you think we should get a few more performers into our show?
Yes.
It's up to you. You're the owners of the tavern. I'm just a humble servant. You tell me what you'd like to do.
Oh, yes. Like we could have like singers and like, I don't know, like those acrobat people.
Storytellers.
Oh yeah, storytellers.
Like you with your lute, do you think you could tell stories to the group?
I could tell a story. In fact, I may have written one already. Would you care to hear it?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you better be here tonight then.
All right.
I'm here every night.
Ooh, are there like any marionette people around? Like
Marionette.
puppets?
I know a guy in town who can throw a mean marionette.
I don't like puppets.
You don't like puppets? Forget I said anything.
I just won't be here for those nights. I'll be.
Might be getting mixed messages, but listen, you're the owners. You tell me.
I understand that other people like puppets, but I'll just maybe I'll sit with my back to the stage.
Back to the stage. You're kind of like the bouncer, or perhaps the MC, the master of ceremonies.
Bouncer.
Jesse, I could see you filling that role just perfectly, sir. Okay.
So are we
tonight-
having like an open mic night or auditions, or how's this working?
Well, this afternoon we have auditions. We bring in a few townspeople. We figure out what we can do, how we do it, put the show together, and then tonight we're on stage.
Let's make signs.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna pause right there. Thorcum, you have been perhaps conflicted, a little unsure. Mortimer came to town, was looking for you. How do you feel about that? Maybe that's strange for somebody to even know who you are. You've spent a lot of your life trying to remain hidden, and yet now this has happened, and the thing with the island, and it's a lot, and you've spent some of this time reflecting on what you want to do, and I know you had a few things you wanted to do in your downtime. What would you like to do, sir?
First things first, I'm going to head over to the blacksmith.
You cross town, and you get directions from Robot Vinadil, who tells you about the location of the scale and steel. You approach the door. It's midday. You open the door, and you pull it open, and that familiar scent of acrid smoke from the forge and just burnt metal and just it instantly makes you comfortable. This is a place in town that you immediately are just taken back, and You're feeling good. You look behind the counter, and you can see towards the back of the shop, there's a fully outfitted forge and metal shop. You can see that there's tools that you recognize for rolling and crafting armor. There are anvils for hammering steel. There's a forge in the back that looks hot. There's bellows. There's all these tools that you recognize, things that your workshop in the Sleeping Savior unfortunately don't have. So you find yourself seeing these things, and as you're looking at them, somebody walks up. It's a woman. She's probably in maybe her 40s. She's got shaved head on the sides with kind of bright yellowish hair, and she's wearing a set of overalls, and she's got just jacked arms. She's really, really strong. She's got this bright face, and she kind of walks up. She says, "Hello, sir. My name is Naj, and I know who you are. You are Thorcum. I hear you are a very nice craftsman, and you know how to do many things, and I welcome you into the Scale and Steel. How are you doing? It is nice to meet you. Please, tell me, what can we do? Oh, wait, sorry. This is my wife, Sola." And you see in the back kind of come into view this taller woman. She's got long kind of dark brown hair. Overall, she's got a green shirt on. She's covered in soot, just really sweaty. And again, like she's jacked. And she's got a big hammer in one hand, and she's just, "Hello." She kind of calls out. And you also notice in the back of the shop, there is what looks to be a teenager, a young kid, maybe 12, 13 years old. He's got long, kind of scraggly hair, kind of real thin. And he looks over, and he's wearing a tank top, and he's banging on something. You can't tell from here. But he looks over and just keeps looking and Naj speaks up again. She says, Sorry. Yes, so thank you for coming. What do you need, sir? You're welcome. You're very, very good at crafting. I hear all the things, and I hear about the robot, and it's good. Anyway, sorry. Well, I keep interrupting. What do you want, sir?
A few things. And I kind of like get 14 to come over, and I just drop all the ingots that my party had stuffed into the bag.
Oh.
I see you have the capabilities at least to do a little bit of armor smithing. I was wondering if I could commission a plate mail suit for my friend Jeshi.
Plate mail suit?
I'm not going to have time to make it. But I'd like it.
She reaches down and she picks up a piece of the raw iron ore that you brought from the mines of Zirak Doom on Alara's Rest. And she picks it up, she says, "Wow, this is very nice. This is beautiful metal. Will need to be smelted, need to be purified and cleaned and everything. But I think we could probably create some very nice steel from this and create some. Well, actually, my wife Sola, she is the armor smith, and I make weapons. But she, I help, and we work together. You are the ones responsible for bringing all the metals back from the island. Is that what I hear? Correct, huh?"
Yes.
That's, we've not had much to do recent, and I think it is great that you've done this for us, and for you I give very nice discount. You want the half plate or full? Sola. Sola. And she calls back, and they start speaking together in a language you don't recognize, Thorcum. And she says, Sola say that, I'm sorry, what you say? I didn't hear you.
I was saying, by my own estimation, there's more than enough to make a full plate mail.
Oh, yes, plenty steel, yes, for fine. But it takes a very long time. That's why I ask you.
So my deal here is whatever steel's left over is yours. Ooh. If you can make the suit.
Sola. They go back and forth for a second.
I have gold. I don't know what's worth here. Probably nothing. I figure the steel is worth way more. As 10 flashes through my memory. 10 gold. That's what everything costs in this world.
10 gold. Suit armor, plate of bacon.
She says, listen, you are village hero, etc. But it is true that gold has perhaps less value than it once did, right? But I still need to, this iron ore, however beautiful, does not put. I can't eat it. I can't feed my son Yanni with this. So, listen, I'll make you a deal, okay? The full plate. It looks like. Normally we charge maybe 1,500 gold for a thing like this. You offer all this. You provide materials, and then you offer extra to us, and then. Of course, I recognize that you have done great service for town and provided us more work. I will do this project for you for, say, 750 gold.
I take some of the ingot back, and I'll just give her 1,500. I was like, not really interested in that kind of discount.
No? Oh, well, fine. Okay. Yeah, I'll happily take the money, too. She kind of takes everything, and she says, at this point, the young kid kind of walks up, and he says, you are a man who makes some big robot thing, yeah? The one with the sword who fights by the gates? That you make him? He falls down all the time. That's a really bad robot. I think you need to make better thing, huh?
I did not make that robot. Tell your
but
kid
I thought
to go
you were a
away.
man who makes the robot.
Tell your kid to go away.
Why you tell me lies, huh? Listen, I'm sorry, I don't mean insult. I think it's very nice, and I would like to learn how to do this thing.
And I just pull my head up and walk out.
No, sir, wait. And he jumps over the counter, and he follows you outside, and he's been, sir, listen, I like to make things too. Very much, I like this, and I make all the, I made, and he starts pulling out like random stuff he's made, and he's got like this little dagger, and it's like, he's like forged it and hammered it out and everything, and he's like really proud of it, and you're just kind of walking, and this kid's just following you, trying to talk to you, and what do?
I keep walking.
He keeps following you. He's like,
Yeah.
hey, sir, please, listen. I just need, listen, my mother and they only want me make this boring thing, and I see things like a robot, and I'm like, that's what I want to make, and I don't know. They won't teach me. They won't show me these things, and I don't. Where do I learn? Where do I go? What do I do to be like you?
I'll reach over and I'll reach into 14's torso, and then I release a lever, and his, not the compartment of evil, don't worry about that. Like this is just a mechanism to like tune him up, so like all his plates pop up, and it just shows like the Myomer bundles, actuators, like all whirring, and I'll just say to him, I don't have the time to teach you this.
And he actually reaches up and he
and then I'll switch it back on.
And he says, I don't need you to teach me all the time, just perhaps maybe sometimes. Maybe when you're here, I mean, you're here now, you have, please, you do incredible things, and I want
Let me put it another way. This, and I'll point to 14, I'm not allowed to teach you.
What about this? And he points at your musket.
And I'll, maybe. I was like, but I have things to do right now. Next time that we come back to town, I'll see if you're still interested. And then I'll just walk away.
He is beaming. He is smiling like probably the biggest smile this kid has ever had in his whole life. And as you're walking away, you just hear, when you get back, yes. My name is Yanni, and thank you. And and you can hear he's shouting to his mom as he's running in excitedly. So
as I'm walking back to the sleeping savior, I tell 14, take a note. See if Belrissa can do a memory wipe.
Nice.
And just keep walking.
So mean.
So I was going to do something the blacksmith, but that changed. So that the rest of the time I'm going to be kind of outfitting the workshop, getting it cleaned up, and I'm going to purchase a little bit of leather, and I'm going to make Belrissa a bag for her cat, a little backpack to carry him around in. And that is the only thing I'm going to create. A cat pack.
Nice.
All right.
And that is it.
Excellent. So
What did kids do? I was gone.
Ince
Kins hasn't gone yet.
Nothing yet.
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
All right. So
But it might be
Thorcum, you've met the blacksmiths Sola and Naj, the married couple who own the blacksmith, and they have a son Yanni, and he's a very excited young 13-year-old kid who wants to learn how to make robots. Who wouldn't, right? And you kind of learn that the tools exist, and you clean up your workshop and get things kind of in order, and you at least build a space where you can work, and feels pretty good. Starting to feel a bit more like home as you get everything cleaned up. You actually are able to make a bag for Belrissa, who can. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. What happens with the bag in a little bit. We are going to go ahead and take a brief intermission for like 5 minutes. And when we get back, we're gonna run our auditions and see what kind of performance that these guys come up with at the thing, and then we're gonna go into Kins's downtime, and then we'll see what happens after that when the 3 weeks are up. Mortimer returns. If you've not entered the giveaway yet, please do right now. Type this.
Operation
Everybody
Beat
type
Madman.
this right now.
That's right.
Operation Don't
We
Let
believe in
Madman
you.
win this giveaway.
We believe in
Exclamation giveaway right now. Everybody in chat, you're gonna win a seat to play in a game just like this, not on stream though, with professional dungeon masters, a bunch of awesome people from Next Level Gaming. They run amazing games, and you get to play in one, and that's what we're giving away tonight.
And if Madman wins, he gets to win. Tonight, he can actually win. So it's up to you guys.
Yeah, that's true. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Please enter that giveaway. We'll see in a few, and then we'll see who wins. Okay, we're back. Hey guys.
Woo.
We were just talking about how maybe Madman will win again, and maybe he won't. I don't know. We'll see. Here we go. Drum roll. You've got any last minute entries to the giveaway. We're about to do the drawing. If you want to play a game of D&D with professional dungeon masters from Next Level Gaming, please hit exclamation giveaway right now.
The more people that enter, the more amazing Madman's win will be.
It'll be so epic. I'm rooting for you.
Anybody else? Last call. Here we go. Okay. Finding the drawing. Let's go ahead and close entries. Yeah, did that work? Okay, and here comes...
And the winner is...
It's not letting me click it.
Someone is the winner.
It's because Madman is like putting his
hijacking
energy
it.
in there.
Frantically like putting in more and more entries.
Vin, tell them about what they're about to win. As
Ooh,
I make this
yeah.
button work.
Come on down.
Yeah, there's a drum roll. Hey, yeah, there's 3 different games. They're drop-in games. You make
See?
it.
I should have placed a bet. I
Wait,
should have
what?
placed a bet. He won.
Wait, what?
Do it.
It doesn't matter how many people enter. Madman will win every week. This is great. This is just your.
He should really go to Vegas.
Okay,
it's
no,
just like,
you should just
push
give it
all
to
in.
him so that he can't win the next one. Like,
Rolling
there's no
sevens.
option.
Vin,
Okay.
yeah, Madman has not had one of the...
Can you do the
Hey, he
math on
has
this
a
spreadsheet?
Yeah.
Probability.
So
1 in 1.
Madman just
1 in
won
1.
1 and 1.
a game. There was a 100% chance. Madman just won a game with our next level D&D crew. There's 3 different campaigns that we'll email you out. Madman, reach out to me on Discord, or we could just jump into our normal
Here's
conversation.
the trade, and he has to
He
come back
said-
and tell everyone how it
That's
goes.
right.
What
There
it's
you
like,
go.
what
There
was
you go.
awesome. Yeah.
So yeah, they do all their
Okay,
games
okay.
via it's all online, Roll20 and other things, not streamed, so you don't have to be on Twitch and live and all that stuff. But it is via like Zoom and Roll20 and everything. And there's 3 different options for you to choose. So if you'll just shoot me your email address, we'll get you connected to a couple of the DMs over there. Figure out a game. It's a ton of fun. And Madman, you will actually love it. And I'm glad they get to know you as well. And totally going to take you to Vegas sometime, man. And we'll just keep letting it ride, right? Just
And-
like put it in the middle of the table and let it ride. That's just
We appreciate his offer for pay it forward, but he's already paid it forward.
like 3
Too many
times.
times. You have to
Like,
just take it, okay?
You're gonna
Yeah.
win. We're gonna win this one. Yes. It's-
Yeah,
And
this
is
time
there
you just
another one
win.
next week?
There is one more.
There
next
will
week.
be.
Yep.
And here's the thing,
And
guys.
then he's ineligible.
That's right.
Hey.
We've got a couple more giveaways, and here's the thing, guys. If this Kickstarter that we're really pushing with Next Level goes, then we're really hoping our last giveaway can actually be connected to that Kickstarter campaign. And so, so we're really encouraging you guys, help us get the word out. Any other communities you're in that enjoy tabletop gaming, let them know, and let's help our friends out here create some really cool content.
Yeah, definitely. It's free. It takes nothing. Just a couple of clicks to go support the Kickstarter. That we'd really appreciate it if you guys would be willing to do that. I will type the thing right now so that you can find
GRIO'S.
said Kickstarter. And yeah, cool. Right on. All right, you guys ready to get back to it?
Yep.
Yep.
All
Yep,
right.
yep.
So, let's see. We just wrapped up Thorcum's whole experience. So we're gonna go to Kins.
Are we not doing the talent show first, or the show first?
We are.
Straight
We're
to
gonna
it?
we're gonna do a little like sort of cut
I in
kind of
it?
situation. So Kins, you're hanging out. You know, everybody. You guys basically live at this tavern, Sleeping Savior, which you now own, and you go downstairs, and Emmy is just kind of hanging out, doing her thing. You know, she's just cleaning glasses or whatever, like bartenders do, aimlessly forever. But she's there. She's just kind of doing some chores and whatnot, and she says, Good morning, Kins. How you doing?
Hi, Miss Emmy. Remember how I told you about Vinadil?
Yes, I do. Yeah. I'm sorry
well-
again for everything that happened. And if you ever need to talk or have a,
No. But he's alive. No, I know it sounds crazy. I didn't believe Bill Versa at first, but like he's actually here. Like I talked to him. I mean, you can talk to him if you want, but it seems to be Vinadil.
well, that's great. I perfectly believe you, and I'm ready to move on and just accept that because that's wonderful. We do not need to have this conversation. I just believe you. It's fine. Let's go ahead and skip right to the part we both like. Now,
Yeah.
So anyway, what would you like to talk about?
Oh, okay. We'll meet Vin after this, right? Okay. So, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you knew that, we're all going to hang out later and that Vinadil is actually back here and that y'all can hang out, by yourselves if you want. Remus told us, when he was talking about the Sleeping Savior and all of that, and we met Sparrow. We love Sparrow. He's such a great guy, just so energetic. So energetic.
That boy Sparrow is, he can be extremely obnoxious at times, but he is just a kind-hearted young man, and he is extremely talented too. And I think if we ever had an opportunity to hear him perform one of these nights, I think that would just be astounding. That would be fantastic.
Oh man, I would love that too. But he also, Remus also mentioned another child. I don't know if I caught the name, but basically, I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm an orphan. I didn't grow up with my parents, so I just wanted to tell you that I think that I'm sure that Sparrow and I think her name was Wren. I think that you are just a perfect person to, be a parent, I think. And I don't know, I'm an orphan, I don't know how to talk.
She just starts laughing in your face in this incredibly sensitive moment.
You've just always been so nice to me, and I just wanted to tell you that I really admire you.
Well, I appreciate that. Wren was Sparrow's sister. She was my adopted daughter, and she passed some years ago, and it's not something that I talk about very often. And I didn't know that you were an orphan, and I think Sparrow's parents died when he was very young, and I have taken care of him. But he is, I think you and him might connect quite well.
Yeah.
About something like that. And anyway, Vinadil. Let's get back to talking about Vinadil, because I'm real excited that he is still alive. And
I mean, he can't really walk just yet. I mean, he's still learning how to move, but I promise, Vinadil, the person is there as long as you don't do anything acrobatic or, fancy. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I think we should.
all right, yeah. So
I think
we
we should
move on.
go meet him.
We move on from
Hey,
this.
Kins. Hey, Emmy. You talking about Ghost Robot Vin?
Thank you for
He's not a
interrupting this
ghost.
extremely
From evil and good,
awkward
protect from
conversation.
evil and good.
Jessie, have you perfected that beer you were working on yet? Anyway, I need to go back in this other room and leave you two to discuss.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
ghosts all over the place. All right, take it easy.
So she goes away. So Kins, we'll come back to you in a second. So we're gonna cut to maybe 2 weeks into the downtime, right? And Sparrow has convinced Belrissa and Jessie that there needs to be a performance, and that we need to audition some new folks to come in. We've got Belrissa, who's gonna do some magic tricks. We've got Sparrow, who's gonna perform a ballad related to the heroes of Alara's Rest, and we're bringing in some new folks. You have set up a table, and it is the middle of the day. It's right kind of early afternoon, right before all the drinkers start coming in, and you got a bit of a line of people, and the two of you are sitting at a table, and Sparrow's sitting there, and he says, "First we have Marvin. Come on up, Marvin. Tell us what you can do."
Marvin, I can't wait to see.
He says,
Hey, Marvin.
"Oh, hello there. My name's Marvin, and I've got a bit of some talents that I'd like to demonstrate to the lot of you here. I can watch this, Sarah. You ready for this? You see this? Mm-hmm. It's one finger.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Watch this." And he he pulls out that's my eye right there in my hand, or in my fingers, I should say. It's made of wood, and I can watch this. I could put it right back in.
Absolutely brilliant.
I thought you'd like that. That's pretty good,
Magnificent.
right? All right, yeah. You sign this guy. Sparrow,
Okay.
not...
Yeah, okay.
So
Sure,
that
yes.
took about 4 seconds. Do you have other things? Because we're generally thinking about hours.
Marvin's long gone by now. And next up,
Well- We'll get back to you.
you see a guy kind of walk up, and he goes, "Hi, I'm here too.
Hello?
Heard you're looking for talent,
Yeah.
and I've got a right bit of that. I can show you here."
Ooh, we're excited. Yes.
You have both your eyes?
Yeah.
Good, go
I
on,
got both.
continue.
I've got.
Ready when you are?
You got this. You got take a deep breath.
I'm sorry.
Take a breath. You're good. You're
I get
good.
real nervous.
What if we won't watch?
I know spells for stage fright. Would you like me to use one on you?
I would appreciate that very much.
Okay.
Yes, I get real nervous.
I make crazy movements. Just crazy movements. Ka-chow. You got it.
Cool.
Go ahead.
Ooh,
All right.
Action.
feel it.
And he reaches over, and he reaches out and he grabs your pint, and he just.
Next.
Wait. And he reaches over and he grabs Belrissa's drink and and he drinks that one.
Okay.
And he reaches out and he grabs
Okay, here's
Sparrow's
another
drink
one.
and
Okay.
Oh, I can keep
I
going.
see where this is going.
Yeah. Your spell gave me power, sir. He just starts pounding beers, and
Maybe for the next performance, but not this one.
a few minutes go by, and he kind of stumbles away, and I'm sorry. I thought he would be better. I've seen him do something.
No, it's okay.
completely
Let him
different.
know Cobb already has that.
Cobb
position.
already had. We've got it covered. Thank you for your
covered.
time. Brilliant. Come back later.
Good effort.
Maybe
Good
next
effort.
season.
All right,
Okay,
so we've got Eyeball Guy. He's the top.
Headliner.
Yeah.
But we need an opener.
Yeah. All right, something good's got to come.
So Velma walks in. You recognize?
Velma.
Hey.
Hey, remember when those
I-
hags tried to kill you?
And Sparrow
was
immediately
crazy.
stands up. Velma, I didn't know you'd be here. And he reaches out and he takes her hand and he kisses it. And she's, stop it, weirdo. I actually can do something pretty interesting that I don't know if it's what you're looking for, but
I know you have both your eyes.
and she reaches down and she puts her hand on the ground and she lifts her legs up into the air and she balances in a handstand. And then she sort of twists around in sort of a pirouette and does like this kind of like almost like half gymnastics, half kind of like breakdancing move as her legs kind of spin around. And she flips back up onto her feet and she kind of lands and puts her hands up and the whole crowd just goes, yeah! She does this really neat acrobatic little performance for you guys.
Yes. We can work with this. This is good.
That
I like it.
was amazing.
My Velma, that was just astounding. She's in, right?
Wait, let me see how hard it was. And I walk out and try to do it.
Okay, make an acrobatics check,
No.
Jeshi. Go for it.
Okay, -1. 11.
11. Nice. So like a breakdance circle kind of forms like in the Sleeping Savior as like all the fishermen kind of back up and it is, oh, this is gonna be all right. They're gonna battle. This is gonna be.
I think I
Yes.
pulled my groin.
And Jeshi walks in and just wham, just slams right down on the floor, and you know the music stops for a second. There's like this long awkward pause, and everybody just goes yeah, you know, goes crazy, and
She's hired.
Sparrow reaches down and helps you up. He's like, that's probably not what you expected to do, but they sure loved it. You might have a well,
It is generally my belief that anyone who should be on our stage should be better than me at what they're trying to do. I'm really interested in that guy that pulled his eye out.
So you guys do a few more of these things, and we're gonna fast forward to the evening, and you go ahead and you do this performance. And who wants to go first? Belrissa, you want to go first?
I think Eyeball Guy should go first.
Eyeball guy.
Warm up the audience a little
He
bit.
kind
He is the beginner and the ender.
of walks out and he goes, Marvin, that's my name. And he reaches, he goes, you see this finger? And he goes, and he pulls his eye out and he goes, I can really see you all now. And he just makes some dumb joke and he kind of puts it back in, and everybody's kind of like, Go ahead and make a performance check for Marvin. See how he did as he waves his wooden eye at the crowd of drunken fishermen.
Jessie claps obnoxiously.
We've already seen that, Marvin.
Do you want me to roll? I'll roll.
Yeah.
8.
Yeah, it doesn't do that well. Not
That's
so
a
good.
wooden eyeball.
All right, Belrissa, you're up with your magic show. So go ahead and make a performance check for yourself there.
Okay. The first one is I've got, the top hat, and there's nothing in it because I've cast invisibility on a rabbit. And I show everyone, like, see, empty top hat, and I reach in and I pull it out and drop invisibility. Rabbit. Okay.
Okay, so that's nice.
My performance may be lacking. Let's see.
You go ahead and
I rolled.
run some magic tricks.
19.
19, not bad. So, yeah, you get a decent amount of response to your magic tricks. And,
Oh, nice.
Everybody cheers for you.
The
Yeah.
soundboard.
Yeah. So Sparrow comes up finally, and he says, and he strums his lute. He begins to tune it a little bit, and he says, "My friends, I've written a song that I thought you'd really like to hear, and well, I know that you've had quite an adventure since you left us the first time and returned, and my good friend Jessie and I are working on the next ballad. This one is out of respect and thanks for when you were first here, and it represents your time with us when you first arrived." And he steps up there and he strums and he says, "The paladin has gone and been grappled, chewed, digested. But luckily for sweet Jessie, the beast's bowels were arrested." And the whole crowd kind of, goes up at his awkward song for a second. And he looks at Thorcum and he says, "Thorcum's hands can mold a man of steel and I hope of song. I hope his power to enlarge will not be gone for long." And Belrissa, we surely miss ya. She of cat and tat. When monsters crawl upon our shore, we can count on your eldritch blast. He says, and he's kind of looking around and not getting the response he quite hoped for, and it's okay. I've been working. These two more verses. Two more. Kins is who did become a drew. Id. For balance she does nothing rash. Legends say she came this way to eat things from the trash.
It's true.
And
Final verse.
Vinadil,
Spare.
I hope you feel happy and safe wherever you be. Should you ever return, there's a bed for you. Emmy says she's in room 3.
My hand just slowly drops.
The creepiest thing about that is this is mom.
The night ends. This absurd thing ends. Finally. Kins, we're going to smash cut to you in your downtime. The 3 weeks are going by. You are currently... Tell us what you're doing. You're up in the air. You're doing something very interesting. What are you doing?
Yeah, Kins can fly. I want to scope out the area of what's nearby Portsmouth, particularly if there's, like closest cities, or just to get a lay of the land in case we decide to go adventure into other directions, or identify places that we should definitely not go into without a plan.
As you
No
stretch
plan?
your new wings in the midday sun and leap into the fresh, salty seaside air. The warm drafts rocket you skyward. As your tail feathers tickle the clouds, you get your first real look at the town of Portsmouth. You're immediately struck with how large the town once was. Beyond the tiny walls lay scars of a much larger and more populated town. Beyond the old borders, beyond the scrubby fields to the west, forest creeps up to the western road in a thick pine carpet. It seems impenetrable and beautiful and stretches for miles, broken only by the old remnants of roads that carve slices through the landscape. To the north and to the east is ocean. You could see Alara's Rest in the distance, the storm no longer covering and plaguing everything. To the south, barren lands, perhaps even a desert in the distance. It's beautiful up here. You circle for a while and kind of get a lay of the land. And is there anything else you want to do while you're flying around?
Can I fly back to the tree?
You could. It would take quite a long time.
Okay, never mind. I don't want to go that far. Yeah, that's basically what I wanted to do, as I'm a giant eagle right now. I guess I could have asked someone to ride on my back, but I chose to go alone here. Poor Jeshi, poor Jeshi. Can I move a little closer to the desert and see if there's anything that looks like it's been inhabited?
Sure. Yeah, so you fly south for a little ways, and before it becomes actual desert, it's more like a sort of like a kind of a barren waste type of landscape. The trees sort of start to die off before you get to what looks like more of a like it's not like a white sand desert, but it's more like a like a Death Valley type of place where it's just there's not a lot of plant life and kind of this empty barren space. And make a perception check with advantage because you're flying up here.
Because I'm an eagle. Do I roll my what this eagle is, or my kitten self perception?
This would be, I suppose, the eagle stats because of the situation. Yeah.
All right, I'll roll, and then I'll roll a second time because of advantage. Oh God, 9 is my highest.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went straight to the DM.
You don't see really anything other than just landscape for quite a long ways. As you get closer to this sort of barren kind of desert like area, it becomes a lot windier, and there is there's sand and there's debris, and it's just less of kind of smooth flying. And yeah, you don't see any semblance of civilization or anything down there. As you're flying back, there is something else you notice on your way back towards kind of the general Portsmouth area. You notice a fine dust rising in the air some miles off, kind of west and south of Portsmouth. Normally, this would be a dead sign, a signal of an approaching horde of undead, something you've seen before. But this is a little different. The cloud is closely following a bend in the long western road that loops off to the horizon, and instead of the shuffling of undead feet kicking up dust, it's the furiously spinning wheels of a wagon. From here, almost 2 miles away, it's hard to see who's at the whip, but whoever it is driving their horses mercilessly. They're headed towards the gates of Portsmouth, and it looks to you like they're being chased. What do you want to do?
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the group and report my noticing of a wagon moving super fast.
All right. So, the end of the downtime. Kins has been scouting around on whenever she has the chance, and 3 weeks have passed, and you've kind of been waiting for some sign or word from Mortimer, the wagonman. And sure enough, Kins returns and tells you guys this. And what's everybody want to do? You're all together now.
Wait, was it our wagon guy? Like,
I couldn't tell, but it was a wagon, and I know that now is probably about the time that Mortimer is gonna come back.
All right,
and
so he's Vin's like last. He's Vin's only hope. We should go like save him.
I'm gonna
Yes.
look for Kith or call out for her. Like, since I've been training with her all this time, I'm gonna start moving towards the gate and see if I can find Kith
Okay,
and like rally the town defenders too.
got it. All right. So is everybody kind of moving towards the gate, or is anybody not going in that direction?
Not move towards the gate.
Yeah,
I do
I'm
cast
definitely
protection from evil and good on myself when Vin is near me.
Nice.
If
Okay.
there is a commotion, I will have emerged from the workshop.
All right. Yeah. So the group of you, you get together and you make your way to the gate. It doesn't take more than 5 minutes or so for you guys to get over there. And Vin, you're able to get Kith's attention, and she, you kind of tell her what's going on and what Kins saw, and the group of you are, you make it kind of over to the gate, and out in front of the gate, maybe a quarter mile down the road, you can see that there's a wagon just sort of hauling towards you guys, and it's being chased by what looks like maybe 5 or 6 humanoids on horseback. What do you guys want to do?
I just say under my breath, hope they get him.
God,
I just kind of follow. I don't know if they can separate your body from that thing at this point. And
How
let's
far?
see.
Do you
Yeah,
guys
I mean,
want to
I'm-
run out and engage?
Yeah, I'm running towards.
or do you
like,
want to
I'm
just?
running towards the thing, and as soon as I get within 30 feet of one of the horsemen,
Okay.
if they don't slow down, I'll take a shot.
Follow Ghost Robot Vin.
Yeah.
Ghost robot.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys all, as a group, you kind of run out there together towards the wagon and as it gets a little closer, you notice a couple of things. It's not Mortimer. It's a different person. The wagon looks a lot different. The wagon itself is kind of more. It doesn't have that round kind of similar shape that Mortimer that Romani style kind of gypsy style wagon. It's not round like that. It's more flat, and it's a darker wood, and it has these lighter kind of wooden panels along the side. And the man up top, he's not wearing the big floppy hat like Mortimer has, but he's kind of like, he's frantic in his face. His horses are clearly exhausted, and as he's just whipping them hard, and he goes right past you. And as soon as he does, you guys kind of step out of the way, and you see a bunch of men on horseback. It's kind of a different. They just look like these thuggish, almost mercenary like types as they jump off of their horses. And there's a half-orc man. One of them looks like to be a halfling. He's got this kind of grayish skin, and he's chewing on kind of a long kind of piece of wood. And they all just sort of walk towards you, and all of them brandish weapons. And the one out in front of him, he says, "You give him to us, and we'll go. It's pretty simple. Don't need to make this complicated."
Yeah, I shoot him.
I was waiting for that. Let's roll initiative. All right, Vin
Vin
shoots
is like
him.
YOLO.
All right.
Oh my god.
Vin
Wastes no time.
shoots him. I love it.
Testing out my new body.
He had a whole sentence to say something reasonable. He starts off with "Give us the traitor." I'm like, no, that's clearly the wrong answer.
You don't have your reload on your weapon anymore.
Nice.
Sorry, buddy.
Sure, I'll figure that out halfway through combat. So
All right, let's see what we got here. Get this map all positioned. I shoot him. Should have known. Excellent. All right, so you've got a group of mercs kind of running up. No idea what they're all about, but they were chasing a wagon man, and you didn't like that. And Vinadil shoots him. All right, so let's go
they
ahead and-
asked us to hand him over. Let's just be clear. They weren't just chasing. They had a chance to say,
let's
All
get
right,
initiatives on the board.
initiative.
I
Wait,
don't want to go
oops,
first.
is this me?
Oh, no.
Roll higher than me.
Cancel. Here we go. Where's my... Oh, I had the wrong window. Initiative.
Once I roll high.
No, it's definitely a different looking me. It's all right. It's all right.
You're so shiny now.
Yeah, but look at Ziggy.
He's got his own little thing.
So Ziggy jumps off of Belrissa's backpack, who he's been kind of riding in just kind of slyly. And as soon as he jumps out, just these wings pop out and he gets down on the ground. He's like, I've been waiting for this for what? 2 weeks, 3 weeks? You've been having me crept in this backpack? Listen, that is not, I don't belong in a backpack, all right? I belong out here. Just
Yes, you do, cat.
scratching and biting
All right.
and everything.
Talking
right?
demon cat. Ghost robot Vin. Let's do this.
Okay, let's get our order. Come on, order. Where are we? There we go. Kins, first to
I
react.
know. Oh man.
Vinadil's like,
All right.
I'm shooting. And everybody else
so
is just
slow.
way, like your body. You've done some training, Vin, but you're not quite there yet. Kins is lightning fast.
Do you want to give Ziggy his own initiative, or do you want him to go on mine?
He'll go. Let's have him run on your turn.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right. I'm gonna wild shape into a giant eagle. Again, I mean, I just was this, but I'm gonna do it again. And I'm not exactly sure in terms of distance wise. So my speed, it says 10 feet, fly 80 feet. So I am hoping to fly or like at this pirate looking dude, the first one with the red right here.
Okay.
I want to fly at him and do my multi-attack on him.
Excellent. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna make.
And I don't think that takes all of my movement, so I'm gonna eventually fly up. But I'm just letting you know that's 40
All right,
feet
you're big.
to
So-
him.
So yeah, you fly to
Oh,
him.
yeah, I am big. I'm big. Okay, I'm gonna multi-attack him. Can I click on this? So there are two. So this is different than the polar bear. This is a beak and talons. I'm gonna start with the beak. All right, that's 17 to hit.
That hits. Yeah.
All right. And 5 damage. Okay, that's
okay.
not as good as the polar bear, but
But
I'll
you
take
you
it.
fly. You're like. I can't do an eagle. But you like screech
There
down
it
and like
is.
just and you just start tearing this dude up, and they were not expecting this. Like whatever they were up to, it was not let's go fight a giant eagle and a robot and a demon cat. So they're like, what is happening? And they're like drawing their weapons, and like it's a whole thing. And but yeah, what do you do you want to move
All right,
more?
so my second
you
for
get
the
another
multi-attack is the talons. 13 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. And 12 damage.
12 damage. Nice. Okay, so you basically like scratch this guy's eye out, and
Marvin too.
does that have?
Talent show spot for him.
That's right.
He's the opposite eye.
They could juggle eyes.
It's a speed. It's a race.
Wait, so are we going to recruit him to be part of the talent show? Or?
Oh.
If he lives.
Then he has anything to say about it.
He pulls his bandana just
We'll keep an eye on him.
over one of his eyes, and he's, "You're gonna pay for that, bird."
That's,
all right.
you know, these are bad people. All right.
So I just want to like fly up. See, this is what I'm talking about, diagonals, but up. I want to be up in the air, but like if I can move like a little bit away.
Yep. Now he's only got one eye, but as you fly away, he manages to get his. He's got what looks like sort of a mace of some kind, and he tries to take a swipe at you, opportunity attack, as you fly out of his range, and that's an 18 to hit you, which I
Okay.
think hits, and that's
Yes, it does.
four bludgeoning damage as he
Okay.
clips one of your wings, but you manage to still get out of range. Thorcum, you're up.
I'm gonna turn back to Vinny and just like, all they wanted was the wagon man. What are we doing?
Don't give people the wagon man.
Without looking, I just shoot. Shoot the guy. It's like, This is why we can't make inside checks.
He's
25 to hit.
just still talking to Vin. He just doesn't even look, and he gets a 25. Thorkum's unstoppable. Yeah, that definitely. Which guy are you shooting?
You know, I don't. Is there a nickname for a one-eyed guy? I don't know. Cyclops. There we go.
Cyclops.
Two little bullets in his face.
Yep. So his
total of
other
17
eye,
damage.
his other eye goes out immediately, and he's just like, I can't. And you just take this guy out. You're not even looking. You're just like, pow, pow. You're just arguing with Vinadil over your shoulder as you're just shooting this guy, and you turn back and you're just like, oh, he's dead. Okay.
And I'm like, as before my turn, it is like, do you really want to do this? To the rest of the guys behind him. And our 14 just kind of pound his fist.
Jesse, you're up.
Run for me.
Yeah, okay. I cast command on this person and this person.
Okay.
So they have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay. What's your DC?
13.
They both fail.
Okay.
10 and 11.
I tell them to flee.
Ooh, okay. Just check something real fast. All right. On its next turn, it has to follow your command. You can do anything else?
No, that's it.
Let's see if they get the next turn.
Belarissa, it's your turn. She's gonna shoot him anyway.
No, can I see this guy that's on the ridge here? I
Mm-hmm.
can see him, right?
Yeah, he's standing up there. He's got what looks like a long bow, like a really long bow. It's like almost as tall as he is, and he's got one leg kind of up on a boulder, and he's just kind of he's got arrow knocked, and he's just kind of scanning down below. What do you want to do?
Should I Eldritch Blast or should I Fireball?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh my god.
I mean, I kind of want to Fireball
Flee.
the three guys.
Fireball.
Fireball. I'll Fireball the three guys.
Okay, great. Which the three in the back?
Yes, but yes. First, I'm gonna hex this one. The top left guy.
Okay, top left guy's hexed.
So, bonus. Wait, no, I can't do that and Fireball. So never mind. I'm just gonna Fireball.
Okay.
All right. So
And you
they.
have sorcery points too.
I do, yeah. How do I Fireball again?
Well, they
They need to make a
Yep.
roll.
I'm assuming you're just right in the middle of them, so all three of them have to
Yes.
make dex saves.
Yes.
Okay. What's your save against?
15.
15. Okay, the guy in the back makes the save with an 18, and the other two horribly fail it. Single digit rolls. So the two guys who are commanded to leave are just like,
super dead.
okay, and they're just like, I will do this thing, and get fireballed. Nice.
And
Maybe not super bad.
22 damage.
22 damage. All right, this guy takes half of that.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not down,
No?
though. They're on fire and screaming because they're burning to death.
All right. Well, I'll burn a sorcery point and Eldritch Blast.
Oh my god.
I'll shoot the guy in the back, the back left dude. I'll shoot
Okay.
him first.
He's just kind of like, no, I wasn't even with the.
That is a 23 to hit.
Uh-huh.
And Oops, wait. Damage is 9 damage.
Okay. And there's 2 of them.
Okay, and then the next one is... Ooh, 10 to hit?
Ooh, 10 does not hit.
Mmm.
But so you blow
These
this
guys are
guy
super
up,
strong.
and he's just like, whoa, and he like dive rolls out of the way, but he still like takes a bunch of damage. And then as soon as he gets up, he just takes an Eldritch Blast to like the chest, and he spins around, and your second one kind of goes right past him. He's just kind of like, he gets almost falls over, but he manages to keep his footing, and he looks over, and his 2 buddies are on fire, and the guy in front of him's dead on the ground, and he just looks up at his buddy on the hill like, what is happening? Like, it's been literally like 10 seconds. Do you want to move or anything? Or what's Ziggy gonna do?
Ziggy is...
Hey, is it my turn finally? Can I do something here?
Ziggy, you can... Yeah.
I would like to contribute in some meaningful way that is not riding around in your backpack, okay? Listen,
Oh my
give me
God.
something to do. Can I scratch him? I'll scratch him right in the face. I'll do that. I'll poop on him. I'll do
Poop on him?
whatever. Listen,
Should have made a
I
cage.
believe poop would count as a help action, right?
I will help you with whatever you need. Just let me do something, Belrissa, to help you here.
Yeah, can he hold to see... he wants to help Vin and poop on whoever Vin's gonna...
You want me to help? You want me to help the robot?
Yeah.
Listen. All right, fine.
Oh.
If he can manage to walk 5 feet without falling on his dang face and making it, I will help your friend or whatever he is now. Okay, fine.
Vin, who are you, like, looking at? Do I see you, like, focus this way or this way?
His red death robot eyes.
The guy on the
Which
guy on
way
the
are
hill.
you pointing your visual receptors at the
The
moment?
guy on, but I'll follow.
Robot ghost.
I'll follow Ziggy. He could probably only get to 1 anyway.
Okay.
What?
Okay,
what
yeah,
kind
that's true. He's got 40.
of- Oh, and
40 for fly.
yeah, okay, so he flies over here.
Yeah,
And
up there.
he flies above the guy. He's hovering over him, and he just starts peeing. He just starts.
Oh my
He's-
God.
Hey, I'm helping. You see this? You see what happens when you it's really weird. This is the weirdest
Wow.
I'm like,
cat.
Betty, shoot the cat.
All right.
You were not specific, okay? So I'm gonna take matters into my paws.
You
All
did
right,
great.
Vin.
All right.
It's your turn.
So
You're still
I'm
like,
going
you're still,
Yeah.
you're still trying to shoot the first guy. So much has happened. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna move just up a little bit to get within like 30 feet of the guy on the ridge, and I'm gonna hold my action with my crossbow aimed at him and just say, like, as strongly as I can, like, you have one chance to drop your weapons and not die here today. And then I'm gonna, if he doesn't drop his weapons, I'm gonna shoot him, and if he does, I'll hold my action. So that's what I'm holding my action for, is to see if he obeys the command.
Okay. He looks over at his friends who are burning to death, as he also instinctually reaches up, trying to block
The sticky pee.
the demon cat pee,
Ew.
and he looks down at you. He throws his weapon on the ground, and it's his turn, and he just bolts back into the woods, and he starts running away. And you just hear Ziggy going, "Hey, where are you going? Hey, I'm just getting started over here. Come on, what are we doing, huh?"
Oh, man.
And you look over, and this guy in the back, who's not on fire, runs over, and he starts trying to pat the flames out on his buddies, and the 3 of them, they just start running away. And let's see, they're gonna be 5, 10, 15. They all make it to, we'll call it like right over here. Let's see if we can still see that. Can you guys still see that? Yeah, they're kind of right on the edge. I can move
I'm gonna turn to Thorka while they're running and just ask, like, do we try to put them in jail or just let them go? Like, I don't
You know, murder's rage is why this is forbidden. It's not good.
They were
These
trying
people
to kill the wagon man.
wasn't Moxers,
They're bad
wasn't
people.
Knolls.
I thought maybe we could
People.
arrest them. That
There's not
one
many
died
people
way.
left.
He died
That's
way
why
faster.
I shot them.
Then we thought, we thought maybe a clipping shot, like, but you know,
I understand you're not
Oh,
people
man.
anymore.
we
Let's make sure this guy burns up.
yeah, we'll
Before he
have to
comes
burn
back.
his body. Yeah, unless he's a ghost thing. Do I see if he's a
He
ghost
got
thing?
hit by the fireball.
Yeah, his body's burning already.
do I see if
Kins,
he
it's
became a
your
ghost?
turn. Well, it's been like seconds.
Seconds.
Literal second. It hasn't even been a
They
minute
just-
since this all started.
Ghost.
Kins, you're literally still like banking around
my God.
from your attack, and you turn, and just it's it's like that scene in Community where the guy walks into the room with the pizzas and everything's just on fire and people are on the ground. And you're just like, wait, what? You just like turned around and everything has changed. What do you want to do? Do you want to pursue the attackers? Do you want to? What do you want to do?
I don't know. I turn and look at the rest of them. I look at every single one of your faces.
Let's stop the murder, elves.
I'm like, what is happening? I can't speak to you, so I'm just like, I will wild shape out of my eagle self and gently, gracefully, as an eagle does, land on the ground as Druidkins.
Make an acrobatics check.
Okay. Acrobatics. Oh, 21.
Okay. You gracefully, let's see, let's find some good music. You gracefully land the way you expected. All right. That's real loud. There we go. Okay, combat ends as your enemies, quote unquote, run off into the woods like on fire, screaming.
Covered in Cappy.
Covered in
That was an
Do you think they were
overreaction.
Do you think they were just hungry? It
Did
just
you
wanted
see
to, like,
it?
stop him
I have
for,
14 like knock
to-
on Vinny's head.
What
Just
if
like,
this
wang, wang,
guy
wang.
is bad? What if
Look.
this guy's the bad guy?
Y'all, I'm an eagle. Look how cool I got that guy's eye out. Did you see
That
how
was
cool that was?
That was awesome.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
People.
Although I don't know who
Monsters.
those people were.
They were chasing
Yeah.
that guy.
We don't know who that guy is.
We've chased bad guys before.
He's a wagon
What if we
man.
just got
But did
shot
you?
in the
But
face?
look how shady they looked. They looked pretty.
Look how shitty we look.
So you're
just
saying
killed the
maybe,
guy.
a ghost
maybe
robot?
they're like the good guys chasing a bad guy, and they just wanted us to
Did you
hand over
ask?
the bag.
Two neutral groups, just neutral chasing.
So I'm gonna walk over to the dead guy's body and see if he has any
I go to
identification.
the wagon man.
I made a couple of
face.
snap assumptions.
I'm
As
super
I-
not okay with like.
As I
killing-
think back on it,
Hey, you wanted Vinny back, so here you go. You got
would have
Vinny
been-
back.
Vin.
But I
Ghost
don't
robot
have him
Vin.
back. I have
Everyone else
murder
was
robot.
attacking.
Ghost Robot Vin is just as impulsive as real Vin.
It's definitely Vinadil. If you had any doubt as to whether that was actually him,
that
you're like,
solidified
never,
it.
never mind, it's him. We're good.
okay, yeah, maybe.
Behind you, walking with an escort of Kith and a handful of her men who have been guarding the gate.
Please be a good guy.
There's a wagon man. You don't recognize him, and it is definitely not Mortimer. And he's walking up, and he's sort of parked his kind of squarish wagon, and the horse he's already put some water and feed down for the horse, who looks exhausted. And he kind of walks up to you guys and, how y'all doing? That was a big group of just real assholes, and I'm very happy that you took them out, and that I could be here still for you. I'm sorry, I'm still kind of out of breath. I cannot believe how fast you dispatched. You know how long they've been chasing me? For a very long time. Long time.
What? Why were they chasing you?
They were chasing me because I have something for you. Well, I think that's why they were chasing me. Hold on, let me catch my
I
breath.
look at Kith real quick. I just say, "Do you know him? Can you speak for this man?"
She kind of rolls her eyes. She's like, yeah, he comes in from time to time.
He's a good guy.
He's a wagon man. Brings us stuff. Huh?
Seems good. Yeah,
I just kind of
fine.
give
We're good.
Vinny a death stare as I'm throwing like like dead brush onto the people fire on the road.
Oh my god.
Thorkum's burning the body while we have a conversation.
Wow.
Thorka, make a perception check.
Boop, 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 boop. Was not prepared for the check.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Natural 1. I'm pretty pissed.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm not gonna take my passes.
Yeah, by the time you make it over to the body, it's completely burned to shreds, and there's not much left of it. It's just completely trashed. Not going to turn into undead anytime soon either. So you're confident about that, but the body's beyond recognition. There's nothing left. Now, I was sent here by a associate of yours to give you a bit of something, and hold on just a second. I got it down here, and by the way, my name is Jeep the Wagoneer. That's what that's me. My
I'm sorry,
friends.
who do you think we are?
Who do I think you are?
Yeah, you said that like you're like you know us or you're trying to talk to us. Who do you think we are?
I actually don't know who you are at all. I was just told to look for the robots. That is you, right?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Do I have the
I
wrong
am a
people?
robot.
No, you're
Oh my
good.
god.
I did not consider
Just
that.
kidding.
Okay.
You're good. Just
Yeah, sorry.
Anyway,
good.
my friends call me Cherokee. But listen, I got this note
Stop.
down here. And he pulls out a note.
What's going on?
We're gonna go into a full-out commercial here.
Hashtag not sponsored. But he pulls
That's
out
his
this
middle name.
he pulls out a note, and it is in a familiar hand. And who wants to take it and read it?
I'll take it. Oh, sorry.
You can
I'll
take it.
They tear it in half.
Rip.
Every other word, go. Okay.
The note is in Discord. If you're not
Oh,
in our
I see it, I
Discord,
see it.
join our Discord because there's lots of great stuff in there, including this note that you can read for yourself. This is a note written by your friend, or perhaps enemy, who knows? Your acquaintance, Mortimer. And it reads, Greetings. Found something. Can't get back yet. Need you to come to me. My associate here has something for Thorkum that I believe he will find most interesting. And there's more where that came from. Get yourselves ready to travel, and meet me as soon as you can at the ruins of Stillgate. Don't forget the Heartstone. Oh, and please bring my robot. Signed, Mortimer.
I immediately hand this to Thorkum. Here you go.
And as you hand it to him, Jeep, he says, Hey, I got something else I'm supposed to give to you. Hold on just 1 minute there. I gotta dig around and where did I didn't lose it, did I?
Am I his robot? Is he saying I'm his
Hold
robot?
on a second.
Yes.
Well,
I'm not his robot.
your body.
That was on the first note, Vin.
I mean,
And he,
You were part of the experiment.
Oh, I got it. Okay. And he pulls something out of his long coat, and he walks over to Thorkum. Thorkum, he hands you, or holds out his hand anyway, and in his hand is a contraption. that you immediately recognize as one of the critical components of the energy core of 13. You recognize it. You cannot fathom how this man has it in his hand. And the note reads that Mortimer has more. And he reaches out to you.
Son of a bitch. Just take it.
I'm glad. Okay, good. I feel like our business here is concluded. I got some trade to do back in the town and whatnot. Y'all need any supplies or whatever? I'll be.
All right, man. Stop by the Savior, and we got a show tonight.
Got a show tonight. I like shows. I can do that. All right. I like it.
Are you evil?
Nah, depends who you're asking, I suppose. Anyway, thanks for saving my life and whatnot. See you later. And he kind of walks off, and Kith is just like, fuck, okay. Just really confused. As you're all standing there, as you are, Thorcum seems aggravated, upset, kind of a little bit in shock maybe about what has just transpired. You got this note from Mortimer that says to come meet him at the ruins of Stillgate. Stillgate is the city. Jessie, you know the name in particular. Stillgate was one of the first major cities to be completely overrun by the hordes of undead. It's talked about as one of the most tragic and devastating losses during the Wasting Death, during the plague of 100 years ago. Almost nobody got out, and just vast hordes rose up from this place, and what was once this beautiful gem of civilization was just completely destroyed and devastated. And that's where he wants you to go, the ruins of Stillgate. As you're all pondering, you hear somebody coming. You look back down the direction where the men that you just let run off had gone, and you see somebody walking towards you. It's a woman. She's got red hair, probably about midway down her back, and she's wearing a green leather armor. She's got a bow strung across her, and she's got a long sword sheathed at her waist. She's wearing this deep green, kind of tightish leather armor, and in one hand she's dragging what looks to be the corpse of one of the men that you just let go. And she
Robot Vin, don't shoot.
She walks up and just kind of drops him at your feet and says, "Took care of that for you." And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
What? Yeah, so many people. I love how we just keep calling him Robot Vin.
Robot Vin.
Ghost Robot.
Robot Vin.
Ghost Robot Vin.
Ghost Cannon.
Robot.
So next week, we're going to have a guest player. And we're going to find out who this mysterious woman is and why she apparently was not okay with letting whoever these people
The
are.
bad people
get
go.
away.
See,
All right, Ghost Robot Vin.
Ghost Robot Bin has a. I can see
Murder
into the
robot
processing.
soul.
Oh, no.
Saying,
God, screw loose.
you can see their soul.
Yeah, y'all can just murder about the whole town.
But I'm totally looking at every dead person to see if a little spirit rises out of their body or not. Because
There's nobody left. They're
Well,
they all
the
ran.
little dude. Well, I know, but the dead guy. There's two dead guys.
Oh yeah,
now.
no,
I'm totally
no,
looking around
no
to see if
spirit,
there's
no spirit
a
rose
spirit, yeah.
rose from him. He's
Yeah.
very burned. And
Now that I've
Failed
seen
the
Red,
wisdom save.
yeah,
guys, this was a lot of fun tonight. A lot of cool stuff. A lot of characters. A lot of really interesting events happened. We covered a bunch of time. That was great. You guys all did awesome. Thank you, everybody, for watching the session. If you're not in our Discord already, we do a bunch of awesome stuff throughout the week. We have what we call Photoshop Thursdays. We're gonna draw some fun art and just make, we'll see what we come up with tomorrow. And on Saturday, we have an after show. So after show is cool. We're going to hang out and just relax and talk about the story and stuff and answer your questions. So if you guys want to come hang out with us on Saturday night, please do. We'll be there. What else? Anything else we want to plug or talk about? Or
We raiding?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, that's right.
I will never not forget about that. Yes, we're gonna raid. Hold up. So yeah, let me find somebody to raid and just say some interesting stuff. While I
I
do.
think tomorrow's
Interesting
Photoshop
things.
will be about GRV.
I was thinking of like doing the GIF
What's
for the.
Robin?
Do you know the Ops episode where they're watching that really creepy game video, and everybody's just like,
Uh-huh.
like
Oh my
rolling
god.
his eye out.
Oh my god.
Doing a nice little follow
That's the
Quick
first
City.
guy.
I was
need
totally
it.
thinking maybe I could pull my. I mean, I've seen 14 take his head off, so I was like, there was a part of this where I was like, I
Oh,
bet
man.
I
You
could.
can barely
like
walk,
dueling
though.
eye removal tricks.
Oh man. Enter.
Okay, well, we'll wait till Saturday, but I'm telling you, Kens, the kind of hookup conversation with Emmy, like that was strong stuff there.
Oh, man. Okay, I've never been a wingman before in
was
my
gonna
life.
say,
I don't know what
we
to
could-
do.
We can
Your
tell
first
you
time
have
is with
Someone-
GRV.
Give
You
me
have-
tips.
spent a lot of folks, a lot of time in the bars, Kens, a lot of time in the bars. Just
Oh my gosh. That's a lot of fun.
Did that work? It did work. Excellent. All right, we're ready to raid. Hey,
Let's do
thanks everybody for watching. We had a great crowd tonight. A lot of people. We had a raid about halfway through, so thanks if you're still here. Anybody who's in the
thank you.
raid, really, thank you. That's super awesome. Please consider following us here on Twitch and on YouTube. This VOD and all the previous episodes are on YouTube, so please subscribe over there. It really helps us out a lot when you do. We love you guys. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Everybody did
Until
great.
then.
Until next week, good luck with your bad plans.